Hello. Looks like the cherry blossoms have gone away, which is a good thing, because it means rain could happen, and rain is a good thing. One super lucky duck might find some super surprise. I'm reading this completely wrong. I don't know what I'm up to. That was not right. Also, it's apparently here, which is like questionable. Because what do you mean there's something buried here? I don't see anything. Which means it's probably like right around here-ish. Which is awkward. Also, hi. Am I winning? We're gonna find out real soon. How's that? So far? Not really? Okay, really? Well, that's a little coincidence. 2 bold check shirts. I mean, I'd love to be winning right now, but I'm not sure. So far this week, not much has happened. We got Gulliver. We got Gulliver on Monday. Okay. I still can't believe we got 2 of the same shirt, which is crazy. Anyway, yeah, we got Gulliver on Monday. He didn't give us anything new. We dealt with Wendell. Katrina showed up yesterday. She's gonna leave in like 3 hours, so I need to like play after 9 to make sure that the next person visiting is on Saturday. And then turnip prices, they've gone up every day, but we have not seen the spike. Obviously, spike, good. Price increase, also good, but like not same level of good. So yeah, we bought at 128 bells, and went up to 134 on Monday, 142 on Tuesday, and then 152 yesterday. Now, I'm feeling a little about this week, because I just don't know my chances. So we're gonna see. Now I'm going to close my eyes because I've been doing this every day that I check the turnip prices because I really want to torture myself and build the suspense. So, like I said, it was 152 yesterday. So if it increased, it should be at like 164 today. If it decreased, we're looking at like, I don't know, somewhere around 100 probably. And then if it's a spike, we're looking at a big over 1,000 number. And it's over 1,000? Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, I'm gonna, you know what? That's on you. maybe you're a good luck charm. Maybe. Let's go with that. That's okay. Whoa. Okay, whoa. Okay, you can take partial credit. This is a joint effort between, a few individuals. Okay, okay, hold on. 128 times 8. Yeah, okay, so that's the number. 1,024. Okay, times 100 is 1 stack. Times 5, that's 512k, so we can obviously sell 5 at a time. Why am I even doing math in this case? This is a very obvious 5 at a time situation. Okay, so let's think. Let's stop and think. I'm shocked. I did not expect this. This is low-key crazy talk. For reals. Also, I don't have a lot of space on my computer right now. I kind of like cleared a little bit of it, and I didn't clear enough of it, so I might have to do some live file management as the stream's going, maybe? It might have to happen, I hope not, but you never know. Yeah, doing math to make my old math teachers happy. I'm very tired, but I will do the math. Okay, now here's the nice thing about today. Normally I'm worried about like, where do I put this money? Blah, 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 blah. Where do I put this money, right? And I'm like, I need to put money in this acre because I bought from it. I need to put money in this acre because I bought from there. We don't have to do any of that today. All the money just goes in the bank, except for the last few inventories that go to the post office. There's no point. There's no shame in using a calculator. I am often using my phone as a calculator when I'm doing these streams. There's no shame. As long as you know, okay, I picked up more than I needed to. That's a little embarrassing. As long as you know how to put the right numbers in, that's the important part. Oof. Just moving it closer to the door. Yes, definitely. Like, normally that would, like, confuse me, and I'd be like, this is gonna be a problem in the future, but, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so obviously we got a decent amount to do here. Obviously, we're working with, like, 32 inventories, which is going to be, like, 96 trips to the store. And then, also, I want to move all the money into the post office, ideally. Also... It's not as, like, simple as that. Because, like, yeah, I made extra money. And then, if I've made extra, then, like, there's going to be a bunch of stuff left out. So if I just sold all the turnips... and then put the money away, we'd be left with, like, random money out, and I could, like, leave the money that's close to where I want to keep the money, question mark? Big question mark? I'm shocked. I don't feel the shock, but I'm... Oops. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm shocked. I don't feel the shock. Meanwhile, I just picked up an inventory and just ran to the post office, trying to deposit them directly to my bank. Oops. Okay, let's do that with the sale first. I'm still shocked that this happened. Like, last week we didn't get anything, and then 2 weeks ago we got a Thursday spike. And I was not expecting, like, Thursday to Thursday spikes to finish. So I was like... But I was expecting a Thursday more than a Friday. So, like, if I didn't get it today, I would have kind of written off tomorrow, and, like, I would have thought, like, 0% chance, or, like, 1% chance of it happening. But... Oops. Oh my gosh. The inputs are terrible. This is the most scuffed stream to end the turnip saga. I'm also doing this like the weirdest order. Everything about how I'm handling this today is just off, but it's okay. You know, it's just how it has to be. It says that I have my disc will be full in about 2 hours and 23 minutes. That is slightly concerning. I think I'm gonna run out of space before I'm done. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I uninstalled one game right before I started, but just in case, just to, like, you know, give myself more of a buffer. But I do think I'll need to do more than that. But maybe this will be quick. I'm not sure. I'm trying to, like, compare it to other weeks in my head, and I'm not sure. I'm drawing blanks. Believe it or not. Thankfully, most of the turnips are pretty close. They're not as, like, close as, like, they normally would be, I guess. But they're close enough. Most of the acres I bought from were, like, fairly close. So, yeah. It's not a problem. Man, I'm shocked This is... I guess shocked is one word, but I'm more in disbelief. Like, this means I don't have to, like, spend 3 hours on Sunday morning. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? That's the second time I've done that. Okay. When I said I was tired and this is going to be scuffed, I meant it. Not even 10 minutes and I've already brought 2 inventories of turnips to the bank instead of the store. It's Jover. It's so Jover. Now, we're going to be fine. I mean, I have plenty of time. I got plenty of time today, which is good. And, like, it shouldn't take that long, because, again, we're only dealing with, like, 32 inventories. There's the extra stuff on top of it. Don't choke the run. Yeah, imagine choking the run. I don't even know what choking the run would be in this case. I guess, like, falling asleep. I can, it'll be like the old school RuneScape, race to 99 sailing, where the one guy fell asleep at the end, apparently, and then lost it. That would be the choke here. I just fall asleep and, like, the store closes and I'm not done. What am I gonna do for 3 hours on Sundays? Meditate? No, I'm not. I don't know. Play something else, probably. Not worry about grinding turnips for hours. Yeah, he definitely did get the 99 in his dreams, but unfortunately the 99 in the dreams don't get you immortalized in the game forever. But yeah, ideally the plan for today, sell all the turnips and then bury all the money that I have outside into the bank. Because, yeah, obviously, if I was like, oh, okay, we can just get all the turnips sold, and then tomorrow I could move the money. No, we gotta do it all in one big stream. It's gotta be one big moment. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. But we'll see. I'm hoping it's like 2 hours to sell, but also I don't know about that. That might be a little wishful. But I mean, at least I'm not starting like at 7 or something. That would be unfortunate. I'm trying to think, like, normally, like, on Sundays, I'm like, alright, how can I yap to fill the time here? And here I'm just like, oh my gosh, is this happening? I think I'm actually trying to focus on not, like, bringing another inventory of turnips to the bank. I keep saying bank, but it is the post office. But it's essentially the bank. It's the bank for your letters. Reality question. Yes, I'm questioning reality. Maybe this is a dream. Maybe this ain't real. Wake up, I need to get 99 sailing. Oh, shoot. It's only at 82. That guy's, like, still going crazy on sailing, isn't he? Fast, or whatever his name is? Fasto7 or something like that. Last time I checked, which was admittedly, like, months ago, he was still going crazy. And, like, he's, like, on pace. He's, like, maintaining the same pace to go, like, hit 200 mil. Or he did, I don't know, or he hit it? I can't remember. I was, like, doing okay with it. Honestly, I found sailing to be better than I expected it to be. But at, like, that point, I was like, I need to hit base 80s. And then I hit base 80s. Well, I had base 80s before sailing. And then I was like, I must restore base 80s. And then I did that. And then I was like, there's too many skills at 80. I should just get my sailing to like 82 so I have a bit of leeway before it's a factor in tiers. Also, it's like so easy to like get experience in sailing. It's like getting tiers experience is like it's not worth it. Like your tiers experience should never go to sailing. That's terrible, you know? Because, like, I don't know, the amount of, like, one single, like, run of the later, like, trial is more than you'd probably get from an average run in the cave. So, like, why would you do that? And they take about the same amount of time. Effort's obviously a different story, but yeah. I just get stuck with it because it was like fresh in my mind. Now I'm like, ooh, I don't remember how to do that trial. I'm sure I'd figure it out if I did it again. But also, like, I don't know, they'll add more stuff, right? Eventually. And yeah, it's totally fair. Your tears are going to construction for a while, which felt like a waste. Yeah, I mean, like, not great for time, but I guess it would save you money. So that's really the only thing there. Right now, my tears experience is it's like jumping around a lot. I did a bunch of fishing recently to get fishing out of the equation, so now it's like going between rune crafting and mining, and it was also kind of going to hunter. So I'm trying to like do a little bit of birdhouse runs to like supplement hunter, so that's fine. But like it used to go to just rune crafting always, and I was fine with that. Honestly, I'd also kind of be fine with it going to mining, because mining also really sucks to train. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry for saying it here. I know that there's a mining enthusiast present. Or perhaps two mining enthusiasts. Nah, you're a woodcutter. Okay. Then it's not you. Honestly, it's so slow to train at high levels. And I am not one... At least I didn't do smithing. See, smithing's easier to train than mining, therefore it's a better skill. Mining, though, I am not 1.5 tick sand mining in the desert. We're not doing that. I'm also not 1.5 tick or 1 tick or 3 tick iron, whatever it is. I don't remember the exact method. I tried doing like 1 tick cooking for like 10 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to just force my head through a wall. This is terrible. And I never did that again. It's too sweaty. Like, cooking's just normally so chill. It's like, nah, I'd rather just do that easy. What if your group just got 92 mining? Yeah, they are a mad lad, that's for sure. Huge, honestly. Yeah, amethyst, I guess it's pretty big for, like, craftables. If you have the crafting level. Again, I don't play iron, so I'm like, yeah, that helps for jewelry, right? Or no, what is amethyst? Yeah, I guess I'm confused now. He's also got 96 crafting. Yeah, okay, he's a mad lad. He's carrying in those two fields. Obviously, we gotta talk about RuneScape while I'm selling turnips, because one grind recognizes grind. We've all dumped our crafting resources on him. Yeah, that's exactly what you should do. Just fund his experience. Make sure he doesn't run out of things to craft. Alright, we're up like 6 mil in the bank. That is cool. It's been like 20 minutes. That would suggest like 18 to 20 mil in like an hour. So I mean, like, maybe 2 hours is a pretty safe estimate to get all the turnips sold, but then there's other stuff that's gonna happen too, of course. You want to crafting, so we're like, alright, all the gold ore, seaweed, buckets of sand, and dragon hides are yours. Lucky guy. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, crafting's like, I wouldn't say it's like chill, but it's not like too crazy, I guess. I guess it depends on what you're doing. I mean, for me, I do battle staves. Speaking of, my crafting, hopefully... I'm gonna make a joke, and I'm not being serious. What am I gonna do on my Sundays? Instead of buy turnips, I'm gonna get my crafting to 99. No, I'm gonna do that soon, hopefully. I think it should happen this month. I gotta get caught up on all my stuff, though. But for me, it's like you gotta do like 14 and 14, so you get through an inventory very quickly. So it's not like intensive, it's not click intensive, but like it does require like high focus, I'd say, because otherwise like you're just idling too long. What am I gonna do on Sundays instead of this? I don't know. Put together the statistics. I gotta do that. I gotta like put together all my turnip numbers and all that time I can reinvest into Animal Crossing content, obviously. I'm not gonna do that much content. I'm thinking like maybe I make a video for this and a video for the 100% once it's done. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not good at making videos for the algorithm though. I can make good videos, but they are not for the algorithm. You had a friend who cut gems for 99? It cost absolute bank? I believe it. But the experience rates must have been through the roof. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. Like those crazy people that, what's the fletching one? I can't remember what it is. There's some ridiculous fletching method that costs a ton. And it's like crafting is at least useful. But like, I don't know. Fletching's, I guess it's useful to a degree, but like crafting's more useful. But I guess, I don't know. If you're an Iron Man, it's obviously different. But if you're like buying the amount of stuff to, do that, then that doesn't matter, right? He had 25 mil experience in Hunter exclusively from Red Chins. Alright. You know some crazy people. That is crazy talk. We're all a little crazy here, let's be real though. Right, should I start yapping about turnips? Is that a thing? I mean, I guess I'm still like in disbelief. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, the turnip journey's over. It still doesn't, it's not registering, to be honest. Been doing this for a while, obviously. And I could have been done sooner, I'd say. I mean, I definitely could have been done sooner if I had gone about things differently. But it's fine that it took as long as it did, you know? It's not like a problem. But like, you know, if we look at like, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves here, right? Like, if you look at my bank, the first time I deposited money into my bank account was February 5th, 2025. And I had a balance of 12.8 mil. Okay, right. So, like, I paid off the debts, and I had enough money that I was like, oh, I gotta start depositing so that it's not, like, taking up too much space, right? And then, like, yeah, I did another, like, deposit February 20th, and March 10th, and March 27th, then April 7th. And then, at that point, I had, like, 76 mil. And, like, yeah, I'm saying that I had, like, 76 mil within, like, I don't know, like 3 months of starting turnips? That's not great. 76 mil in 3 months? It's not a lot. Like, really not. And then we had a really bad drought, right? Like, from April 7th, we had to wait a month. May 5th, we got our next spike. And then the next spike after that was June 23rd, you know, like a month and a half later. And at that point, we had amassed about 103 mil in like almost 6 months. Terrible. Terrible numbers. Like, actually awful. I've literally done that in like the span of 5 days. That's the crazy part. I've gotten so much better and consistent when it comes to like investing time and like being more efficient in buying turnips. But yeah, it's like, oh, I made that much money in this much time, and then it's like I literally will have a a span of 5 days, and I'll be like, yeah, you made like 90 mil, and it's like, oh, that's the number I got in 6 months at the beginning. So like when I always talk about the beginning being really, really slow, that would be why. And there's obviously a lot of reasons for that. At the beginning, I was like maybe putting an hour and a half in, and I hadn't quite got like the strategies down, and the amount of money I had outside was different. You know, like now I have money in like good acres and then other acres. Oh, what am I doing? I've been a fool. But yeah, now I have like a better system in place, you know, like I'm doing numbers in my head quickly to like know what I'm doing. I've learned that if you just press A on a bunch of turnips, he'll say, oh, do you want to sell all of them? And you don't even have to select them all. That took me like a year to figure out, by the way. I've only put that into practice recently, which is a ridiculous thing to learn at this point. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. It was a misinput one day. You know, I was just mashing. I was like, oh, you have 5 bunches of firms. Do you want to sell them all? I'm like, huh? I don't remember that. I haven't bothered to test it for anything else. I'm not sure if there's anything else in the game that that behavior applies to. I was thinking maybe it would apply to fruit, but I'm not sure. Next Billionaire run will know this. Stop. Never. I mean, for the other games, it's probably easier, and for the other, you know, like, don't get me started on that. I will never do turnips in this game again. Okay, I need to say that, and I know everybody's gonna give me a hard time and say, "Oh, when are you doing turnips again?" It's like, no, I'm not doing it. I spent enough time. But yeah, honestly, like, first 6 months, pretty rough. There were some weeks that I skipped. There were some bad prices where I was like, I don't feel like it. Because before I was like, oh, I'll save time and be more efficient if I, you know, didn't buy at a low price. But then I realized that I just need to make money every week or I'm not going to make visible progress and it's going to drive me insane. So I switched that tactic. So yeah, there was like a handful of weeks where either I was busy or I was like, nah, this price sucks. I ain't doing it. So that did contribute. But also, like, I just was not putting in the same amount of time as I am now. Yeah, I've done my time in the mines here. The turnip mines. Not until Wild World. Yeah, Wild World, I don't know if I'm doing that one next yet. I still haven't decided the order I'm doing. I do want to do another one. Obviously, the easiest thing to record would be City Folk, but I don't really want to play City Folk because City Folk's the worst one. Shots fired. I'd rather do Wild World or New Leaf next. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'll be taking a break. This is gonna be huge. Honestly, like, I'm obviously still gonna be streaming this every day. We still have however many items to get left. Is like 20 something. But yeah, so it's gonna be a lot different to like not worry about turnips. Because then, like, if there's a visitor on Sunday, I can be like, yeah, who cares? I don't have to worry about messing up the patterns or shuffling the RNG. I can just show up or just make it work. And maybe I'll see Joan and get jump scared and get like some sort of PTSD. Maybe, if I'm lucky. Alright, we're officially at 950 mil in the bank. We're up 10 mil in like half an hour almost. So I would think that we can hit like 20 mil in an hour. If that's the case, we're making like we're making an amount of money here today. That is like 37 mil. That's how much we need. So you'd think I should be able to like actually sell all the turnips in 2 hours, hopefully. You think City Folk is the one you spent the least amount of time in? I can confidently say that City Folk is the one I spent the least amount of time in. Partially because I just didn't connect with it as much, but like also it's kind of just like Wild World but on the Switch. I mean, sorry, not on the Switch. What am I talking about? It's Wild World but on the Wii. It's just like not much to it. I don't know. They didn't add enough to it for me. You know, like this game's iconic, super nostalgic. And then Wild World was like, hey, what if we like took away some of the features from this game, but we put it on your DS? You could play it anywhere. And at that age, That was huge to me. You know, portability now, honestly, I'm not really a mobile gamer, and I mean that in both senses, although I do still actively play Pocket Camp, which is technically a mobile game, but I don't really play mobile games, and I don't really play games mobile, you know? So, portability is not as much of a concern for me, but back then, that was huge. That really helped with me connecting to that game. City Folk ported to the Switch would be such an out of left field move by Nintendo. Honestly, yeah, it would. I agree. Yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen next, but like honestly, I don't really see myself starting another Animal Crossing game this year. Just gonna throw that out there. I feel like I'm like maybe thinking about doing a trip at some point, which would, you know, obviously be a wrench in the plans. Could be waiting for January 1st, 2027. That would be quite the New Year's stream. Although realistically, it'd probably be better to start like the day before. But if you're gonna start the day before, then you might as well start like December 30th. But if you're gonna start December 30th, you might as well start before Toy Day. Except they took away Toy Day, didn't they? So like I'm just trolling at this point. You move some GBA games to your phone to play when you get bored, but you keep finding yourself playing Solitaire instead. I mean, hey, Solitaire's pretty fun, but might as well start tomorrow. That, but yeah, you know what? I might have started. I might as well have started yesterday. I might as well release the pre-recorded stream footage of me playing yesterday. You know what? I might as well start now while I'm selling turnips. I'll somehow get my phone camera going and like point it at the screen. You can watch both in real time. That and other terrible ideas that are never happening. But yeah, first 6 months, very slow. But then like, we started picking up the pace more. Like, I mean, April 7th was our first big one with like a 30 mil profit, which again is like not even, like I'm making way more than that today. But then I started to spend more time, spend more money, arrange money outside in different ways. I changed like the methods that I used to actually buy turnips. Stream to streamception. Yeah, it's not today, but maybe one day it would be funny. But yeah, like we started doing better, and then we went through this crazy, like the first 6 months, like yeah, we had like 5 or 6 weeks in a row where there was like nothing going on, but then we had like tons of just like spike streaks. Oh shoot, I thought, did I leave 4 in the other acre? I thought I needed to grab one, but I think maybe the 4 are still in the other acre, and then I grabbed one instead by mistake. Oops. But yeah, so like we got like tons of spikes in a row later on in the year, or like last year rather, sorry. You know, like yeah, we had tons of bad weeks, and then it'd be like, oh, 2 spikes, then 2 nothings, then 2 spikes, then a decrease, then 4 spikes, then a decrease, then 2 spikes, then 2 whatever, then 5 spikes, then no spike, then 3 spikes. You know, like that was crazy talk. Like we didn't get like bad, like we had raffle weeks where we didn't really know what was happening, but like there was no obvious clear like who knows what this week, you know, like no nothing week. There's just like, I don't know about this week, could have happened when it was closed. But yeah, we had like really good luck at that point. Like 5 spikes in a row was insane. So yeah, like the next 6 months, so the second half of last year. Right, so again, June 23rd, I had 102, maybe almost 103 mil in the bank. And then if we fast forward to December 30th, I had 650 mil. So I had made like 550 mil across like 6 months. So, yeah, if we're looking at, oh, wow, you made 550 mil in half a year, and you need 1 bill, then yeah, I could have finished within the span of a year had I had done things differently. Probably. Although, of course, I did not have as many spikes at the beginning of the year, so maybe it wouldn't have happened. That is the wrong button, my guy. I still need 21 furniture items, I think. Based on me seeing that catalog page. I think it's 601 or is it 602? Why don't I just check my spreadsheet instead of guessing? That's a great idea. Yeah, it's 601. So yeah, we ended the year with 650 mil. We made tons there. And like, just looking at December alone, like December alone, I made 103 mil. Which, is, again, that is more than I made in the first 6 months. And that's a span of 1 month. So like, yeah, the difference in numbers is insane. I can't emphasize that enough. So like, yeah, if I was putting out those numbers to begin with, we might not have, wow, actually, see, here's the thing. Yeah, by December, maybe it would not been done, but I started in January, so I would need to like, well, no, that's still fine. Whatever. Disregard what I just said. It doesn't make sense. But the moral of the story here is that I probably, if things had gone differently and I put more time in, I could have been done in a year, and that would have been fairly realistic, honestly. Instead, it's like 15 months, maybe 16, not 15. Let's just say 15. How about that? Let's just say 15. Because again, I started turnips specifically in January of 2025. I started in December of 2024, December 10th, 2024, to be more exact. And we spent about the first month getting town set up, making some money, you know, getting the fruit going so we can make that money, and getting like 1.5 mil or something. And then our first week was a decrease, which sucked. And then I was like, oh, there goes all the money I worked so hard to make. That's a bit of a problem. I feel like that was a setback. And then the next week, we also lost money. Like, I put 1.5 mil in the first week, and then, I lost. But it was an immediate decrease, so I didn't lose too much. And then I was like, okay, fine, let's make some extra money while we wait. And I made it to 2 mil. And then we got a no spike week. And I guess I'm a fool who didn't look into turnips too much because I sold on a Saturday at 61 bells instead of selling on the Friday at 87. So, big question mark there. But then the next week, although we had lost a lot of our money, I only put 1.2 mil in. I got a spike. And then, we kind of started going off from there. But yeah, we had 2 bad weeks in a row. And 2 bad weeks at that point kind of makes a bit of a difference. Kind of stops you from starting some sort of like slacking Reggie Gigas slow start kind of vibe. But yeah, then like last year we finished where we were at like 650 mil, and I felt pretty good about that. And then this year I decided, how do we get this done as soon as possible so I can have a break from this? And that's where I came up with the genius idea of just playing the game more. I mean, to be fair, like most of the second half of last year, I was starting around 10 o'clock, I'd say. And when I first, it was so crazy, it had to work. Imagine just doing more and getting more. The correlation between the two, it's crazy. But yeah, like last year, like when I first started turnips, I was maybe spending like an hour and a half to an hour, and like maybe I would spend 2 if like Joan was in the right acre at the right time and things worked out. And then I kind of started bringing it back earlier a bit, and I started around like 10 o'clock. And again, for those who don't know, if you can buy from Joan until noon, essentially. But in this game, it's an acre system. Technically, there's acre systems in the other games, but there's no loading screens between acres. That is the big distinction here. And that loading screen basically locks Joan into where you are. So if you get Joan in an acre at 1155, she'll stay there forever. So if you get there, you have tons of money in that acre to begin with, you can just start buying from her, and she won't leave. So you could buy till like, I don't know, 1240, 1245 if you had enough money in space. So yeah, it was a bit of a variable thing, but obviously like the later that you start, even if that happens, you're still limited based on like space and money. But yeah, then like later I was starting at like 10 o'clock, and then I was like, all right, we gotta push this even earlier. So I started setting turnip alarms like a madman. The whole beginning I was like, I am never setting alarms for this. Okay, I'm gonna wake up and we're just gonna make it happen. But then I was like, ooh, maybe I need to start setting alarms. So that's what I've been doing all this year. The goal this year is just to get this done. You know, like just put in consistent big numbers regardless of anything. Kind of like I had a baseline before where it was like I want to spend a minimum of 4 mil every week. That was the goal, and if we had a really good price, obviously I would try to exceed that goal. But then I was like, all right, what if we extend my start time? We'll like try to aim for like 9:30ish, and I will go for 5 mil as a baseline. And you know what? Most weeks made that happen. The first few weeks, we didn't quite get there because the price was a little low and I was still like getting warmed up for this, I guess. Because I made like 4.9 and 4.8 mil. So like really, really close to the goal, but just not quite there. But those ones also sucked because they didn't give me spikes. We had 3 bad spikes. Sorry, 3 bad weeks in a row. You've learned that if you want to get something done at a certain time, you need alarms. You get distracted easily. Yeah, alarms can be handy. They're also evil. But what are you going to do? So yeah, the first 3 weeks this year sucked. It was really unfortunate because I was putting in like 2.5 to 3 hours every week. It's like, nope, you lose. Nope, you lose. Nope, you lose. But then we had some of my best weeks ever. I had like an 8.3 mil week and an 8.2 mil, that being spent money. So those were pretty huge. And thankfully both of those were spikes. If those were decreases, it would have sucked. There was one week where I had like a 7.1 mil decrease, and that one hurt, I'm not gonna lie. That one definitely hurt. But again, not much you can do. All you can do is buy, or not buy, and then just delay the buying. The buying is inevitable, essentially. That's where I'm going with this. You gotta work with the evil sometimes, it is true. Alright, I have 5 gigs left on my computer. I'm hoping my computer does that thing where it just starts clearing space somehow, some way, as this goes. I don't really know how it does that. I kind of have an idea of how it does it, but for the purposes of this video and trying to be entertaining, I'm going to just pretend that I don't. Now it's saying I have 2 hours and 40 minutes left. I don't think that's true, because it just said an hour and 40 before. So I do think I will have to, like, live clear space, which will be very fun, I'm sure. But we'll get there when we get there. Right now, we're up, like, 16 mil in the bank, which means we have, like, 20 more mil to go. So I'd say that we're doing okay, pace-wise. And then again, yeah, I would ideally like to bring all the money to the bank. But I don't know if that's going to be a long time or not. I'm a little concerned about that. Because, like, here I'm doing, what, 96 trips to the store is what I said? But we'll have about, like, I guess it depends. If I, like, sell, or sorry, if I put all the money away that I sell from turnips, which is, I guess, the more efficient option. Before I was thinking that I would, like, drop, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, if I put all the money away, I should max the bank account and then have, what am I, the way I'm saying this is very funny. Okay, I have, like, 22 mil on the ground. Now I have all these turnips. That'll get me, like, 37 mil. at least. Probably like 42 or 43 mil is actually what I think I'm making from the turnips. So in theory, if I put all the turnip money in the bank and get that done, then which is the most efficient way, because otherwise I would be selling the turnips, dropping the money, and then picking up other money to put in the bank. So no, I just have to put all the turnip money in the bank, and then once that's done, I start grabbing money from around town. And then there'll be a little bit of money left out around town, hopefully. Assuming I did the math right. And we can work with that later. Hopefully I did it right. If I didn't, that'd be very embarrassing. And then all the fanfare would be for nothing. But I did make sure that I bought more than enough so that that wouldn't happen. Because yeah, I don't want that to happen. That would that'd be very bad. Imagine that, you're like, wow, I'm done, it's so good, and then I'm like 5 mil short or something. I'm picking 5 mil because it's not like so high of a number that it's like realistically you could get that, but it would also take you a while. Probably. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. The cursed long black loading screen on the hour load. That always gets me. I always think that my game just like froze or something. So yeah, that's kind of the turnip journey. I don't know, I could talk about it more, but I don't really know what there is to say. I've played the stock market. I've also lost a lot of time and money. And I don't have those numbers ready, honestly. So hopefully soon I can put those numbers together. I think like once I get this done, I will feel a weight lifted off of my shoulders, because again, this is probably one of the most like ridiculous things I've done. I'd say top 10 for sure. Top 10 most ridiculous things. I don't really know. I don't know what would be more ridiculous than this at that point, so maybe it is like top 1. I guess New Horizons is also pretty ridiculous, but like it's ridiculous for different reasons. And like it's also like a different type of manageable, I guess. Although I guess there were periods of time where New Horizons were like worse, perhaps? Oh, it's Phyllis. Phyllis is here. Phyllis can help me celebrate. Does she have unique dialogue if you max your bank account? You're like, no, I can't let you deposit more. Because that would be pretty peak, if so. Okay, so far, I think B4 and A5 are done on turnip. So we still have A5. There's going to be a handful there. And then... there's more elsewhere. Where are they? Let me find out. Forget. Okay, so there was like roughly... I bought 5 in B4. B2, I'm so sorry, B2. And then there's 13 in B5. And then there's 12 in D5. So... basically, once I get B5 done, it's just 12 in D5. Should I make a joke about being like an ethical billionaire? Is that funny? Is that a good joke? I don't know. Is this ethical? How does this work? Who knows? Why does Tom Nook buy turnips for so much money? How is he so rich? I'm like, yeah, I'm working my way up to 1 bill. Meanwhile, he can like just dump 57 mil. Where does he get the money? The turnips spoil soon too, like, I don't know. Don't think about the the consequences and reality behind the turnip market. It doesn't make sense. Used. How much have I feel like I should have had more done. Wait, did I also buy 2 like way down at the bottom of the map? That was also a thing I did, wasn't it? Me when I remember, apparently I drew the 2 over, like, I take a picture of my map, right? And then I drew the 2 in paint over the tailor. And like I didn't look at it when I saw it. Yeah, so like I bought 32. So like there's the 5 from like B2 that I dealt with, and then all the inventories at the shop that I've dealt with, which would have been moved around from places, and then I've also got to start here. So yeah, I would say I'm halfway at this point. I would think I'm halfway, but I don't know. I need to like get the exact numbers to know like what my bank account should look like when I'm done. Also, there's turnips in the lost and found that should get sold. That's the thing that needs to happen too. Anyway, so I need to do like 96 trips for all the money. But then I guess let me do the math. Let's do the math. Let's see if I can figure the math out while I'm running around. So 614,400 times 7, 43 mil. That's how much money in profit I should be making. And then there's also an additional like 900k. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Like 100k, 800k. So it's like close to 44 mil. Okay, so my bank account had 941 almost mil in it. So if we were to add 43 or 44 to that, that's the number that I should have in my head that I'm losing. 941 plus 43. That's 980. Like 985? 984, 985? I guess that's what we should be seeing in the bank. Now we're at 960, so we're up like 20. Wait, I'm making 43 now? Oh, I kept thinking 37, but yeah, it's like 43 mil is the amount of money I'm actually... Wait, what is bro yapping about? 37 mil is the amount of money that I needed to max my bank account. Assuming I use all the money I had outside. And then the other monies, 2.4 mil is for the houses, my other characters, to pay off the last debt for all 3. And then the extra money is in case I made a mistake, and then just extra money to use so I never have to touch my bank account. So we're talking like 43 mil. Yeah, we're gonna be like 980 something mil by the time we're done with all the turnips. And like I'm up, what, 20 mil in the bank right now? I need to be up like 20 more mil in the bank. Which means that I'm probably going to be done selling the turnips around the 2-hour mark. We got our first bot message of the night. That's exciting. Okay, sorry. So I'm doing all this so I know how much money I have to like move to the bank afterwards. So I know how long that'll take, right? Like if this is 96 trips to the store and I'm going to have like 984, 985 mil. Then we're looking at like, you know, 15 mil-ish in money, in the monies. Which is like another 30 trips on top of that. Which is probably doable. I think I want to get it done all in one night, because that would be cool. Awesome even. So, we'll just keep it up. Okay, we've hit the hour mark. Check. Okay, so I know what I need to get the bank account to be done, and then it's probably another 30 trips to the store, or sorry, to the post office after that. Which, I mean, it's like realistically a third of what I'm doing right now, although it's about the same. Although I guess it's kinda faster. Maybe. Right, in this case, I'm going to an acre, picking up the turnips, taking them to the store, going through the thing to sell them, then running to the post office, depositing them, and going again. But at the end, I would just be running to an acre, picking up money, and then going straight to the post office. So it should be 30 faster inventory. So if we get this done in like 2 hours, maybe it's only another half hour, maybe, and then we're done. And then I can celebrate. Get myself a blizzard, maybe. That could be a fun way to... Now, I should just go and eat a raw turnip, but I'm not gonna do that. It would be very funny, though. If I was a real content creator that had an audience, and I would probably do that for the bit. I don't know if that would be worth it, though. Raw turnip stream time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I would do with a raw turnip. Finally get a good turnip price? Yes. Finally. Last week, gotta commit to the bit. See, I am known to commit to the bit. How much? I mean, the price is irrelevant, but it's 1,024. Slow it clear. 1,024. I'll say it faster at that point. This should be, assuming all things go smoothly, be the last turnip stream ever. Yes, you only found my channel recently, but you get to watch the big moment. Are you being serious about that? Or are you trolling? Because I know you were known to troll. I would argue that I don't talk fast, but I like slur. I don't enunciate very well a lot of the time. I would say that's my problem, which is maybe not a good thing if you're streaming. But what are you gonna do? But maybe I do talk fast sometimes. I guess it depends on the day. But yeah, as it's in the chat there, it's 1,024. Fast for you? Okay, that's fair. I'm just a yapper, a certified yapper. So maybe my normal talking speed is just too fast for the normal ear. Dude's meant to yap. I don't know. No, if it was 1,024. If yeah, the cap would be, it would be 1,032. Did I not pick up an extra? Oh my gosh, I didn't pick one up. Oops. Oh. Yeah, the cap is 1,032. So the price on Sunday was 128, which is 1 bell short of the max of 129. More importantly, we put in enough money to be done. Spending all billion of my cash for a feast. That money is being kept under lock and key for the rest of eternity, and you will never see the light of day. It takes so long to even like try to spend all this money in game, it'd be ridiculous. It would take like years to spend it all. It's not, and that's not even an exaggeration, you know? I've become the 1%. No, I'm an ethical billionaire, I swear. I swear. Ethical, I'm ethical. Look, if I'm spending all this time, I want that number to stay nice and like 9 nines. Ethically not giving you any money. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You stay away from Phyllis. With all this money, I have enough clout to ensure that she's safe for the rest of the time. Just don't look at New Horizons where she's just mysteriously disappeared. Pay that no mind. She retired? To the fuck? No, don't say that. Don't say that. You can still invite her with the amiibo card. You'd retire into the forest? Is this when I make a joke about the game being called Dobutsu no Mori in Japan, which is Animal Forest? She's already in the forest. Okay. We're both making the Animal Forest joke. Alright. Good. Good. We should turn that into like a reverse meme. You know how like everyone's like, yeah, Super Mario Brothers 2 actually is a reskin of Doki Doki Panic, only released in Japan. Can we make that like an Animal Crossing thing? Like, or as they call it in Japan, Dobutsu no Mori. Or Animal Forest. Can we turn that into like a really dumb, like satirical, bad, purposely very bad meme? Can we workshop it maybe? I don't know. I think it maybe needs to be workshopped a bit. I did not sell it. In my head, it sounded like a great idea. Definitely needs work. Alright, I'm down to 4 gigs on my computer. So there's a race against the clock. Not really so much this week, but also a race against my drive. Is there anything quick I can delete? Not, I don't know. I have another drive that's just for storage, and then I have other drives for additional storage. But my main extra storage drive on my computer right now is believe it or not. Okay, wow. I'm sorry. I had File Explorer and open and it was a mess of. I was not looking. But yeah, so I have a storage drive, and I would say like half of that drive is now maybe just got my stream footage. Okay, that's not even a joke. It's a 2 terabyte drive, and 952 gigs are just Animal Crossing streams, all conveniently located on the one drive for editing. 4 gigs, you can barely fit on your GPA games on that. Do I even believe that? Yeah, I get. No, I don't. Do I believe that? I know how big DS games are, but off the top of my head, I couldn't say how big the average GBA game is. And I guess like low-end DS game is like 16 megs or 32 megs. But the bigger DS games were sometimes like 500 megs. It for sure can't fit all your DS games. Yeah, I'll give you that one. I know that. Like, I think like the later Pokemon games on the DS were like, I don't know, 500 megs or something. Maybe Black was that much. So I believe it. You were disappointed when you found out that this gaming laptop you wanted only had 250 gigs of storage? What is that? Like, an installation of Warzone and Windows? That's like barely an exaggeration, you know? Warzone, not that I'm advocating for anyone to play Warzone, because that game's bad. But like, that game is ridiculously large. And yeah, 250 gigs for a gaming laptop is like disgraceful. And I don't know, I suppose if the laptop was done in the right way, it would be fairly easy to swap the drive out and be fine. But most modern laptops are not made that way. But maybe if it was a gaming laptop, it would be like modular in that sense, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, first laptop you had 1 terabyte. See, that's kind of like standard nowadays. Imagine not having 1 terabyte. See, I have my main drive. That's my 1 terabyte drive. And then I have a storage drive that's 2 terabytes, and then I have lots of other random storage for everything else. This laptop had other improvements over your previous laptop, which is not meant for gaming. Well, that makes sense. I would hope so. If it didn't, I would question it. Okay, do I need to like make space here? 3.8 gigs. So there's like an hour and 13 minutes left. I think I got a clear space. Most modern laptops are made of plastic and paper mache, and the second you try to open it, it crumbles. Yes, can confirm. Well, no, they don't. I've opened. It is an exaggeration, and you were right. They're not as durable as older ones. New laptops are like mass-produced, and it's like terrible. Like, new laptops suck. I am so bothered by new laptops. Old laptops were like hardy, and they were like consumer friendly, right? They're like, hey, you want access to the RAM or your drive, you just have to undo one screw. It's great. And then everyone became obsessed with form factor, and thank you, Apple, for that bad contribution to the sphere. I don't know why I'm attributing it to Apple. Probably because of like all the MacBook users that love to talk about how thin their MacBooks are. Also, I know that like they're not the only ones that like put out thin laptops. I'm pretty sure like Asus has their like ZenBook or whatever, and I don't know which came first. But the mentality is associated with Apple and their Mac people, as far as I'm concerned. Plastic, you're talking about the laptops again. Plastic clips break super easily and don't have easily removable stuff. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. It's like everything. It's like, hey, you want to look at anything inside this laptop? Okay, remove the 8 screws on the back, and then pry that sucker open, and then hope for the best. Terrible. Yeah, I don't, 2016 and earlier, but most laptops from 2012 or earlier are decent to work on. Yeah, I'd say that's probably fair. Like, I'd say from, like, I guess, like, even some 2018s are maybe okay, but I would say, like, it's gonna sound a little cliche, but, like, I don't know, around 2020, all the laptops took a big dive. Build quality now is just terrible. The parts issues. It really depends on model and company. That is also true. I guess that's going to be true in like most cases for most things, but yeah. You got your current gaming laptop in late 2019, but you don't remember the year it was manufactured. See, that one's probably like okay, or at least comparatively okay to the stuff that's coming up now. I'm not super familiar with that model. I mean, I'm aware of the HP Pavilion. I've heard of that. The model does stand out, but I don't know. I'm kind of a laptop hater. Those who know me know how much I hate laptops. I have had like good laptops back in the day, but like, again, this is going back to what I was saying before. Portability does not matter to me in this day and age. The laptops really don't do much for me. You got a lot of laptop going. You got one before that in 2016. Okay, I mean 3 years for a laptop. I'm trying to think how long my laptop lasted, but I honestly can't remember because that thing was like that was a long time ago. Do I want to ask how you got 16 laptops for free to mess around with? Some guy that did work on your 2016 HP said it was hard to get to the keyboard. Yeah, keyboards typically nowadays are like the hardest thing to get to. Because again, like everything is just on top of the keyboard. Like you have to take off the back and then like remove basically every component. And then once you've done all that, then you can get to the keyboard. And then also getting to the keyboard is just annoying because like you have to pop it out, I think. I don't know, I haven't done much keyboard work. I've done some work on everything else. But keyboards, that's where I'm gonna call it. Your stepmother kept them and moved on to a new laptop like every 2 to 3 years, but didn't toss the old ones. Well, your dad didn't get rid of them, but then she got mad that he still had them, so your dad gave them to you. His loss is your gain. And I'm sure that those will get better use in your possession. Oh, one of them was your cousin's old gaming laptop, and she left in a closet here and got a new one. Okay, that actually sounds like a win, maybe. But I'm not sure how old that thing is. It could probably still play RuneScape, and maybe that's all that matters. Bulky and cool. It's an old Alienware. Yeah, I remember Alienware. I kind of thought it was like a fad, and I feel like maybe it is a fad because I feel like Alienware has not got the same like chunk of the market with its name as it used to. I remember at least one friend that had an Alienware, and that thing was kind of crazy looking. It can in fact play RuneScape. See, I know what's up. I know where the priorities lie. And RuneScape, it's pretty easy to run. Anything could run it back in the day. More or less. Okay, we're like almost at 970, which means we're almost up like 30 mil. Still got lots to do here. Get comfy. Your test for old laptops is Old School RS and Luigi's Mansion on Dolphin. It's a good test, honestly. I hope part of your test is specifically to run the Pikmin 1 promotional movie included with Luigi's Mansion, and if it isn't, I hope that you now include that in your tests. It needs to be now, exactly. I'm still amused to no end that they're like, oh man, Luigi's Mansion, we got the game done. There's still so much space on the disc, and they're like, what if we just put a movie for Pikmin 1 on it? And don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that like 40% of the files, like the file space on the Luigi's Mansion disc is allocated specifically to the Pikmin 1 movie. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm really bummed that when they released Luigi's Mansion on the Nintendo Switch Online GameCube app or whatever it's called, that they removed the Pikmin 1 movie. I am very upset by that. Why would they do that? It's a piece of history. You don't see games doing that anymore. That's like peak level of advertising. Also might be illegal. I know there's some sort of law against like advertising to children, and I don't know if including a promotional video for another game that's coming out would somehow be against that. I don't know. Legality is up to interpretation, like most things in life. So you're saying Luigi's Mansion is the low-end test? That makes sense, and Billy Hatcher is the high-end. You see, I've heard of Billy Hatcher, and I think I had one friend that had it, maybe, but I don't think I ever played it. And I can't remember, is it only a GameCube game? Because I've been into the collecting sphere, you know, I've been collecting games again, but I have not actually seen Billy Hatcher show up anywhere. It's an experience. I know it has a giant egg. That's what I know. It's an experience. See, that makes me seem... That makes it seem... I don't know. Is it a good game to stream? Should I not consider stream? Is it a bad game to stream? I don't know. Maybe that'd be a funny one time. I think it's only GameCube and PC. It's not too late for an Easter Billy Hatcher stream. Somehow I had a feeling that the Billy Hatcher talk would get your attention. I wonder how difficult it is. Maybe it needs to, you know, be curated. Okay, this acre, B5 is getting close to being done, which means that the only one left will be D5. I think D5 will have 11. So we're probably like, we need 11 more out of the 32. You think it's some difficulty like the GameCube Sonics? Alright, I'll buy it. GameCube Sonic's kind of difficult, kinda, maybe? I don't know, I guess Sonic Adventure, the first one, isn't too bad. I haven't fully completed Sonic Adventure 2. That is one of the games that I do want to go and fully complete at some point in time. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've also considered streaming it, because then I could just be like quoting Sonic and Shadow the whole time. And that would be pretty fun. The controls might make you frustrated. I wonder. What's this with egg games and having bad controls? Is this just like a tradition? Then you can do a chow grinding stream and relive the turnip days. Hey guys, I'm getting chaos drives for the third hour today. Me when I collect gorillas for 2 hours. Hey guys, I made the ultimate chow. Oh, you showed up. I was hoping you'd make it to the stream. It is happening for real. Oh, like everyone's here basically. So yeah, I'm like an hour and 20 in. We're like up 30 mil in the bank. We're at like 970. It's real. It's real. It still hasn't hit me that it's real. So yeah, I need to set, like, by the time I'm done selling all the turnips, I should be at around 985 mil. And then I just need to bring all the money around town. Not all of it, but basically all the money around town to the post office. And then we'll be done. Finally. Yeah, I was really not expecting this today. Oops. Wait, nope, that is a turnip. Good. Good, good, good. That is a good emote. Me with my bell bags. The Bells witnessed a murder and had to go onto my bank for witness protection. Oh, good thing. They'll be very safe there. This is exciting, though. Again, I'm very happy that this has happened, but I don't like it hasn't hit me yet, which is ridiculous. I'm talking about fictional money in a game, but the gravity of the situation. Okay, it speaks for itself. This is like hours of my weeks that I'm getting freed up, and then I can reinvest into other streams eventually. This is my fictional retirement. It literally is my fictional retirement. That's the best way to put it. This is our little retirement party. Somebody send me pizza, please. Oops. Other streams, yeah, I've spoken about some that I want to do at some point in time. It has definitely been said. I don't think you were there. I want to use the Zelda games. No, don't make this about the other games, please. I swear, everyone else has already made a joke about me moving on to the next game. Is it like a requirement? Give me a break before I get back to this, please. Oh man, Hako Life, your favorite game? I don't think there's turnips in Hako Life, though. More Animal Crossing cracked whip? Oh no. But yeah, I do want to like stream the Zelda games. I think that would be pretty fun. I've like 100%ed most Zelda games as is, but what better way to prove that I've done that than to stream it? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I did a Majora's Mask randomizer back in 2019. I think that was the year. 2019. The footage gone, lost to time. I streamed that using my old computer, and the files were so big because I just like streamed for hours, and I tried to like stitch them all together with Camtasia, and that did not go well. Very, very badly. And it just crashed, and eventually like it was just taking up too much space, so I deleted it. And I didn't feel like uploading it unedited in the chunks that I did. So now it's gone forever. And I got bad-batted. That is a joke that I will explain in a moment. Is this a day when you can talk to your villagers again? I suppose I could start talking to them. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess like it's okay if I talk to them, because then like, I mean, if I talk to like Gabby or whatever, then like she won't move out maybe. But I don't know. I like talking to the villagers, but when I'm like worrying about like 3 hours of turnips here and another 2 to 3 hours of turnips there, it's like I don't have time to hear the thing I already heard. But yes, maybe I will talk to them again. That would probably be a good idea. As for which Zelda I'm thinking to stream first, I think probably Ocarina of Time, and I'll explain that in a moment. But yeah, when I did my Majora's Mask randomizer, it took me like 24 hours or so, and I got the 100%. It was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. There were some very good moments, probably about 13 to 14 hours in, maybe 15 hours in, I was doing the water temple, and I got one of the keys to open up a thing, and then, or I got the boss key, and then the next time I went and got that boss key, when I reset, it was not in the chest, so like my seed glitched or something, so I couldn't get the boss key. And like I sent the save to my friend to verify the file, being like, yes, this is where the boss key is supposed to be, right? And it's like, yep, that is where it's supposed to be. So I then learned the bomb jump glitch. Because of course I didn't want to lose the run. So I learned how to do the bomb jump, which that took some time. That was quite the process. And I basically learned how to skip into the boss room using this bomb jump glitch. And save states, of course, for the sake of my sanity. I remember the one jump to actually like hit the loading zone for the boss room was so scuffed. But eventually I did that and I beat it, and it was great. And then towards the end, I got stuck with another one, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and I totally forgot about it. Again, I went to my friend and I was like, I don't know where this last thing is. It's this thing, I think. I can't remember. I knew what it was that I needed, so he was able to figure out where I was missing this thing. And I can't remember if he made hints about bats off the top of my head, or if literally the hint or like the location is just bad bats. I don't know why it's called bad bats, but it's in one of the graves in Akana or whatever, and it's just a random chest you get for just feeding all the bats in this one little section of the cave. I completely forgot about it, and that eluded me for hours, I feel. So, very iconic moment. We still joke about bad bats. It's great. Yeah, the bad bats lore that you're definitely not well acquainted with or anything. You gotta love bad bats. My answer, sorry, is probably Ocarina of Time. It is not my favorite, mind you, but I feel like it's the only one that I haven't 100%ed for sure. Like, there are doubts as to whether I've 100%ed it. I'm pretty confident that I've beat it, or that I've beat segments of it that make the full game, but I can't recall, like, getting through the whole thing and 100%ing it. I don't think I ever got all the Skulltulas, you know? So I feel like maybe I should do that one first. I'm more partial to 3D Zeldas in general. Bad Bats emote is needed? Oh no. Make it bad, like bad to the bone. Like a really cool bad emote with sunglasses and then never elaborate on it. That's a crazy emote. Do I even get emote slots? I don't think I do. And if I do, I am unaware. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking like Ocarina of Time would be really fun to do. Because like I haven't played it, and I said really fun. It'd be really good to do. Because again, I think Ocarina of Time is a good game. I don't think it's the best game ever. I don't think it's the masterpiece that everyone claims it to be. There are numerous Zelda games that I would personally put above Ocarina of Time. Look at that. Look at us having controversial opinions. I see, that's the thing. I do think it's overrated. Was that Katrina in town day? I should get my fortune told after 1 bill. Well, I don't know if it's gonna happen. She leaves at 9 p.m. It's 7:47. I don't know if I can hit 9 mil before she leaves. Sorry, 1 bill before she leaves. It might happen though. I see. I think Majora's Mask is like peak, but I also really like Pikmin, and it's almost like time management in a game setting is peak or something. I don't know. Something about routing under the gun. Something to it. But yeah, I do think the Ocarina is a good game. I think it's overrated. I think Majora's Mask is better than it. I think Twilight Princess is better than it. I think Wind Waker is better than it. If you were to ask me my top 3 Zelda games, it would be those 3 that I just said. And I would probably put Majora's Mask at the top. Probably. I think it's just so iconic. There's just it's such good stuff in it. But I also really like Wind Waker, and I really like Twilight Princess. I think I like beat most of Majora's Mask. I think I 100%ed it twice, but I can't remember for sure. Peakman. Peakman! Because it's so peak. I have actually streamed Pikmin 3 briefly. At one point, I'm going to say briefly, I mean I did a ultra spicy playthrough, which took like 4 hours. So like, yeah, that happened. I'm kind of considering also streaming Pikmin 4. I did play Pikmin 4, but they recently, not really that recently, or maybe, I don't know, it was announced in November maybe, they added like a difficulty they added difficulty modes to Pikmin 4, and they also they added an option to disable the auto lock on. So I was thinking of doing like a ultra spicy or hard no auto lock on run to see how that goes, and I feel like that could be fun to stream. You don't think you finished everything in Pikmin 4 if you did enjoy it? I really enjoyed it, because to me it was just Pikmin 2 too. Because, like, you know how, like, Pikmin 3 is Pikmin 1, 2? Pikmin 4 is Pikmin 2, 2. It's, like, my favorite joke to make. Because, like, yeah, Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 are very different things, but then Pikmin 3 is very in line with Pikmin 1. From what you remember, it's a Lemmings type game? I guess you could probably describe it as a Lemmings type game, but not quite. I guess you have more control. I think I have not played Lemmings. I have played games that are like Lemmings, so this is why I'm like, I don't know for sure. But like in Lemmings, you just like send your lemmings to do things, and then they just like do it, right? And you can't really like stop them. Question mark. I know it's an old game. I'm aware of it. I just haven't played it personally, and I do know what games play like it, I think. But Pikmin, I guess Pikmin is more of like a real-time strategy where you are the captain and all your units follow you. Maybe that's a better way to like describe it. I'd say it is technically an RTS game. But yeah, Pikmin streams are fun. I like Pikmin streams. I do like Souls game streams. I'm just like, from all the things I've streamed before, you know, I've done like New Game Plus runs in the Souls games. I did a Pikmin stream. I did a Dark Souls 1 Soul Level 1 run. I did stream that. I was looking, I actually do have the footage on my computer. I made a video about that. I edited it, but then I never actually like put the stream footage out there, and I was like, huh, maybe I should put the stream footage out there. That might be a good idea. You'd think it would be a good idea, but I don't know. There's like 4 streams in like 20 something hours, low 20 hours on that, I think. Might be worth looking at some point. But yeah, rather than play Ocarina, you think I should banish it to a cardboard box deep inside a closet and play 4 Sword Adventures for GameCube instead? That is definitely an idea. I do have 4 Sword Adventures, and I have not played it. So I do intend on playing it at some point. I think that'd be cool. But I think it would be better not to play alone, right? I feel like that's my only issue with it. I'd have the Get Good crowd coming to watch me play Animal Crossing. Dude, the Get Good crowd would see the way I'm buying turnips. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Clearly, you were not good at buying turnips. These numbers, you couldn't just get these. I did look at Monster Hunter again, and when I say look, I mean I brought it up to that group of friends that it had previously been brought up in. I am trying to convince one of the one of them. One of them's convinced. I'm pretty convinced. But the other guy's a little hesitant. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see what I can do to convince him. Hopefully we can convince him. I think I might still buy it anyways because the sale seems pretty good. And then it'll be like easier to like convince. Bribery is a solid option. There's been a running joke that we've been making. There's been like games that they've suggested playing and I have no interest in playing them. I'm like, I'm not spending my money on that. That's too much. Also, that's like not on sale. And it's like, you want me to spend $50 on a game I don't want to play? No. If you buy it for me, it would be rude for me not to play it. So you should buy it for me as a gift. And then I will be forced to play it because it'd be rude not to. So I'm waiting for the appropriate moment when it's like, all right, fine, I'll buy it for you. It's only like what, $12, and then but I feel like he won't buy into it. I feel like he'll be like, nah. So I don't know. You've bullied your friends with money before too. This is new territory for me. But it's pretty funny. The Get Good crowd is like weird, cause like I'm of two minds. There are two wolves inside me. At one point, yes, I do believe that like there are some people out there that mean Get Good in like a bad, negative way. But then like it's also like it's, you know, like I don't know, it's not always said badly, but I think there's like a toxic, very vocal subset of people that say it. Cause like, you know, like I don't want to get into the philosophy of Souls games, but the whole point is like, hey, if like this is a dying world and there's like all these undead and like they can't die unless they go like hollow, and if you go hollow then you kind of like lose yourself and your identity and all that, right? And the whole point is like you're struggling to survive in this world, and that is represented by the gameplay where you struggle and die over and over again and keep coming back. It's the indomitable human spirit. So like, yes, you are supposed to just get good. Like sometimes like you just need to try more and you need to just like give it time. But like also it can be said like, what, you know, like I don't know. It can be said dismissively, but it can also be said in like in a legitimate like way. Me when I come up with some long convoluted way to justify saying Get Good to some of my friends. But yeah, I mean, I think like you don't want to spend money right now? Checks or gifts? What you doing, man? No, this isn't what I meant. That would be how it would go. You'd be like, no, I'm not accepting this. I'm refunding it. I'm returning it. I'm not accepting this. That's how it would go, probably. And I'm like, dude, just let me spend the $12 till you'll play. He's like, no, I don't want to play. You know, it's gonna go that way, 100%. It'd be very funny. I think too many people nowadays don't want to engage with the game mechanics presented to them and then complain about said game. You know, like honestly, I stayed away from Souls games for such a long time, and because I thought they would be too difficult, and then I played it and I was like, oh my gosh, these games are great. They're not even that hard. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a good gamer. I don't know. But I think that unfortunately the reputation the games have is the problem here, you know? Like, they're not as hard as they're perceived to be. I'm not saying that they're not hard, and if you play one and you do well with it and you don't struggle too much, yeah, you're probably gonna have a good time with the other ones. The first one's always the hardest, you know? But I'm not trying to say they're easy. I don't think they're as hard as they're made out to be, that's all. And I think like that perception is bad for them overall. Especially when you have all these people saying, get good. But also some people should just get good, you know? Like, there's nuance. So yeah, maybe your once every 3 months take is real. You only say when it's absolutely necessary, and you really need to, like, tell someone to figure it out. Love the first one. Best game that also made you want to pull out your hair at some points. Exactly! I know for me, I played Bloodborne and there's a couple moments where like the deaths were just like so Looney Tunes-esque that I couldn't help but laugh about it and not be mad. Because I'm like, wow, that is hilarious. They sure got me there. I love getting bouldered unexpectedly. That's my favorite. But yeah, I've streamed Dark Souls. I've streamed the Zelda randomizer. I've done a little bit of Pikmin. And way back when I streamed a little bit of RuneScape, but that's not happening anymore. Don't worry. We're not going back to that. But it did happen way back when. But yeah, I think doing the Zelda games would be really fun. I think doing 100% runs for like a lot of the 3D ones would be good. Would there be some that I would maybe avoid? Yeah, I don't think I'd go back to Skyward Sword. I'm okay. I 100%ed Skyward Sword once, fairly recently. I did it after the game came out. I don't really want to go back and play that again. There's also like one part in the desert with like the dragon that I feel like takes way too long and is annoying or something. Question mark? I don't remember. But the HD remake. See, that's the thing. I don't own that yet though. And yes, I've been collecting games, but I haven't found a good price on the Skyward Sword remake, so I haven't gone ahead with that. Thought about it a couple times, but it's been too much, and it's like, I don't really need it. Yeah, you love getting smacked backwards, the perfect distance to fall off the entire world. It's so planned, it's so calculated, intricately crafted terrain to destroy your spirit or something. But yeah, I'm thinking like, I don't know, like I feel like for me, like I do want to do Ocarina of Time because it's one game that I will give like the hardest time to, and I want to at least like say yes, I've 100%ed it without a shadow of a doubt. I know I can speak, you know, I can speak and call it mid. It's not mid, but you know, like I can reasonably share my opinion without it being called into question. There can be no contention, you know. But also, I'd really love to do more randomizers. I think, like, Majora's Mask, I still could do a pretty good job with a randomizer at this point. But, and I always wanted to do a Wind Waker randomizer after I did the Majora's Mask one. I think, like, yeah, I beat Wind Waker 100% 2 times, and I might have even beat it 3 times overall. And the Majora's Mask I've, like, beat maybe a couple times, but I've 100%ed twice. But I guess maybe I like recently-ish played the 3D remake of Majora's Mask, so it was more fresh in my mind. Not like super recent, but recent enough. Did I do? Okay, so okay. Call me out for my 100% Wind Waker claim. I did not do the pictograph thing. Did everything else. And maybe this time I will do the pictograph thing, okay? I want to do that, okay? Look, I've been selling virtual turnips for hundreds of hours. I am willing to do the pictograph thing. I just didn't do it at the time. It'll happen, I swear. But yes, when I did, I think I'd like played like the remake of Majora's Mask, and then a couple years, well, not a couple years, what am I talking about? Anyway, I think maybe Majora's Mask was one of the more recent ones. So when I did the randomizer, and I'm like, I don't know, even now I can still picture like a lot of the Majora's Mask world in my head. I can picture where things are. I can think about like the hidden treasure chest, and I guess a lot of the things like contextually will like come back to me. Like if I'm there, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a thing here, you know? But with Wind Waker, I feel like Wind Waker is a harder one to randomize, you know, because like there's so many islands and there's a lot of travel, and I feel like if you know what you're doing, it's good. But there's also just like so many more like little checks, and I just feel like it'd be harder to like remember and navigate. So but now, like, at this point, it's been so long since I played Wind Waker, and it's like, if I was to stream it, would it be fun to do a 100% randomizer stream and just lose my mind? Or should I just play the game normally? I mean, for the sake of content, it would probably be better if I was just going in, trying to do a randomizer after ages, hoping for the best, but we'll see. I gotta get through other stuff first. Again, I think I'd rather do, like, Ocarina first, and then maybe another Majora's Mask randomizer to get me warmed up, perhaps? I don't know. Those are things that I'd like to do. I don't know when I'm gonna get to them, but it'll happen eventually. Just not sure when yet. Is it even that bad to do all, like, the dolls or pictograph stuff in Wind Waker? There's, like, missable things, right? That's a thing? I guess the problem is that the camera only has, like, so many photo slots, right? So you'd have to, like, make frequent trips back. Or maybe not that frequent. No, I haven't looked into it. I know it's a bit of a grind, but I also don't think it's as bad as it's made out to be. Again, says the guy who's been selling turnips for months. That's nothing. You never tried 100% games? Okay. Apparently some of the dolls in Wind Waker only appear one time. If you miss them, then you have to wait until the second playthrough. Okay, I did know that there are missable things, but I don't know the extent of it. Like, I feel like bosses... Well, okay, bosses aren't, like, super missable, though, are they? Because, like, you fight most of the bosses again at the end of the game in, like, the little, like... What do you call it, place? You go through, like, the little, like, half dungeon, where you, like, go through a room and then fight the boss again. So I'm sure... And there's not even that many bosses in Zelda. In Wind Waker, rather, sorry. You got Goma hanging off of Baloo. That's a thing. And you got Diababa. No, what? I don't remember the name of the second boss in the forest, but I can picture it. It is a very whatever boss. And then there's, like, the God Hand. That is not what his name is. you got the group from Berserk at the top of the tower. Now, what's his name? It's something Hand, isn't it? He has hands and eyeballs on hands, right? Or am I thinking of the Super Mario 64 Hand Man? At this point, I don't know. We're gonna pretend that I said the right thing and move on. Godan? Yeah, that guy. I think. Maybe. Is that him? You're saying it with a question mark, which makes me doubt. I, like, typed it wrong on my phone and I got some Dragon Ball thing. He's the hand and head guy. Yeah, Goat Hand. And I said God Hand. Close enough. Not really. And then you gotta, like, fight the Hemlock. Hemlock? Is it Hemlock King? Hemrock. Isn't that Hemrock? And me when I am talking about the Tree King. Dude should stop talking. I'm not outing myself, I swear. It's just been a while. If he was the God Hand, yeah, I would. Link would not make it out of there alive if he was the God Hand, that's for sure. Game is silly. A little bit. Me when I want to go to the third dungeon, but they just send me to a hidden cave with a whale in it. And the whale says, "Good job reaching this cave. Here's the thing." Also, we're at 980 mil. We're up 40 mil in the bank. Got like 4 to 5 mil to go. On the selling front, it is close to the 2-hour mark. So 2 hours is a good estimate, but probably not quite it, unfortunately. But I mean, I guess that's only like 8 to 10 more inventories, which most of which could be reasonably done. And then also there's the lost and found, but whatever. Yeah, so you fight those bosses, and then the second half has the big fat ghost man. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name. Okay, his name isn't important. And then there's also like the sandworm thing that eats you in the quicksand. Wow, I thought I would be able to name these. I'm sorry. Is his name Twin Mole? Like in Majora's Mask? That could be cool. And like, I also forgot Phantom Ganon. You fight him outside the Forsaken Fortress on the Revisit. And you're on the wiki. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and then you gotta fight like Ganondorf at the end. But I know you have to fight you refight some of the bosses. I think you refight like 4 of them maybe. So maybe that would get you a second chance at getting the photos if you missed them the first time. But I'm like, if there's actual just like random enemies that you can miss, that would be less fun. I guess it depends on how you can miss them. Maybe it's something for me to look up at some point in time. But yeah, I think streaming the Zelda games could be pretty fun. Maybe Pikmin would be pretty fun too. Honestly, doing a Sonic Adventure 2 battle stream and like 100%ing that could be pretty fun. I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet, but those are some ideas. Calais Demos is the plant boss. Yeah, I don't remember that name. The ghost is Jalhalla and the worm is Mulgara. Should have got Mulgara. I should have got Mulgara. That's on me. I'll accept that one. That one's on me. The other two, no. The other two are not reasonable. Mulgara is good. That one, because it was really funny to me when like Tears of the Kingdom, when you go to the ice place, the wind place with Cullen, little bird boy, and you go to the boss there, and it's just like a giant like cold worm, and you're like, wow. That's kind of like that boss from like Majora's Mask or Wind Waker. And then it does the title reveal and his name is Colgara, like Cold Mulgara. Like, come on, that's peak. That I was very amused by that, to say the least. Oh, it's like some sort of cold Mulgara. Oh. Bug, plant, head, bird, ghost, worm, Ganon. Yeah, see? You got the gist. I had like the description of the arenas kinda in some of them. And that's all you need. That's the context you need. I would say most of the Wind Waker bosses are pretty darn easy. TBH. Like, I don't know if I would say the bosses really stand out in Wind Waker. I would say other stuff stands out. I think that's a fair statement. I would say like the Ganondorf fight definitely stands out because of the music. I can hear the music in my head right now. Also, like, you get to do like the cool dodge slash, and that ends with that sick cutscene. So I'd say like, yeah, the Ganondorf fight in Wind Waker, that one stands out. The other boss fights, I don't know if they stand out that much. I would say the Goma boss fight probably stands out because it's the first one, but also because you have to like grapple on Valu's tail, and then when you do, he like makes a funny sound, and it plays a little cutscene of him having like a little tantrum on top of the volcano. That's pretty peak, so that stands out. But that has nothing to do with Goma. Goma's on Fraud Watch. Me when I'm beefing with a spider for no reason. Also, yeah, I don't know. Goma's quite a popular Zelda boss. Goma's been in like so many games at this point. It's not even funny. I feel like Goma's in the boss that's in the most amount of Zelda games. If I had to put a guess on one of them. Apart from like Ganon or Ganondorf, of course, because they might be more, they might not be. I'm not actually sure. It depends on if you count them as separate entities. But also you have games like Twilight Princess where both Ganon and Ganondorf are there. Also, I guess that's the case for Ocarina of Time. I guess Link to the Past only has Ganon and not Ganondorf? Question mark? Goma was the secret boss pulling all the strings. Yeah, the webs, one might say. Yeah, this is now that I'm looking at the word Goma spelled out, and then there was Gohan. I said Gohan like some sort of Dragon Ball character. Gohan or Godan and Goma, and there's also like Goat from Majora's Mask, which I always thought was a very weird name, but he is kind of like a goat, but it's like G-O-H-T. There's a lot of G-O-H names in Zelda. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I'm noticing a pattern. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to being done the turnip portion of the stream. There is still more. Okay, I want to commit to everything today because I just feel like it would be better that way. But like right now we're just looking at this acre. You know, it's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, we got a rat jam. I don't know if I've said this during one of these streams, but I think rats are very, very cute. I like rats. Shout out to rats. Aragoma in Twilight Princess was cool, unless you have arachnophobia. Yeah, I feel like probably the case for most the Goma incarnations. I don't know, imagine being a little kid with like arachnophobia and you're like in the Deku Tree in Ocarina of Time and you get to the boss room and you're like, what's going on? I don't understand. And then you get the idea to look up and you see this giant eyeball and this spider in the ceiling and you're like, oh, I'm done. I can imagine that could be a formative experience for some. But yeah, I don't know. Goma's iconic, but like I don't know, as a boss, it's like, all right, dude, I'll shoot the big eye. What's the giant enemy? Yeah, iconic. Okay, I should have said that. I'm sorry. I feel disappointed in myself. I'll win. I mean, sorry, I'll concede. You win. Ah, that was a good joke. I'll win. It's mine now. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. If spiders could just stay in their lane instead of constantly creeping us out, then we wouldn't hate them as much. Yeah, for me right now, like they're just annoying. Like I don't know, they're just like I'm like, oh, I dropped something under my desk. Let me go grab. Oh, there's just a spider chilling there. It's a tiny one, so it's like not a big deal. But it's like I got webbed. I don't like getting webbed. Streamer tactic: just steal the joke and delete my message. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm sure many would, but I would not. I don't know. The spiders I deal with aren't like that bad most of the time. There are definitely like there's very rare occasions when I see some big ones and I'm like, whoa, let's not do that, thank you. But most of the time it's just like tiny, thin-legged, spindly little dudes. And I ain't too bothered by them. I don't want them near my stuff, but I'm also not that bothered by them. You're in a good spot in the world where spiders that could actually hurt me are rare. Yeah, I feel like same boat for me. I know if you like go further away, yes, I think there were black widows, but I don't think they're anywhere close to me. I've seen some of the big spiders. I'm not a fan of those. I don't think I've seen them in person, thankfully, but I've seen pictures of like huntsman spiders, and I'm like, well, why are we doing this? Can we not do this? I don't like things that can jump at me. I guess is where I stand. Yeah, huntsman spiders, not the move. But yeah, if like even like the small jumping spiders, I'm not a fan just because they can jump. Do not jump at me. Am I gonna dig up that shiny spot and plant the money tree or not? You've been waiting all evening? I'm sorry, I'm not going to. It's not gonna grow. It's too close to the cliff. It'll never happen. Why give life just to watch it die the next day? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm just yapping. And now that you've said that, I feel less inclined to dig it up. Also, I don't even need the money at this point. There's no need for money. I've ascended beyond the need for money. Why do I feel like there's way more turnips still? By the way, why do I feel like there's way more turnips than I should have? Why do I feel like the math is wrong, people? Documented cases of people getting in car accidents because a huntsman fell out of their visor. Yeah, I believe it. Those things can be very massive. Like, I've just seen pictures of them just, like, chilling in places. And they're like, whoa, dude. You do not need to just be chilling there. What? Okay, what is this? This is not the math. The math! I would assume it's on Australia. I don't think huntsmen are anywhere else except Australia. If they were anywhere else, then, like, containment has been breached and we need to be concerned. You can cut yourself off. Just hold backspace. Whatever you're typing right now. just quit while you're ahead. Yeah, the math ain't mathin' though. I'm half joking. You can share it if you want, but it's fine. I'm more concerned about these numbers right now. It says I spent 6.14. Oh. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh. Wait a second. Okay, wait a second. I mean, huntsman spiders are, like, pretty bad, but, like, that's not even, like, the worst spider in Australia. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. There's, like, the golden orb weaver or something, and those guys are really, really tiny. And I think they have, like, I think they have more venom, maybe? So, like, the huntsman is, like, it's very obvious, like, yo, that thing's crazy and scary and massive. But also, I don't think they attack unless provoked. But the golden orb weavers or whatever are, like, more deadly, perhaps? I don't remember. I've been. Thankfully, I've not seen these spiders. But I've been. Okay, I think I understand what I did wrong. Huntsmen don't hurt people directly. They just start people because they're like, yeah, exactly. Like, they're not an aggressive spider. And I guess tarantulas, not that we're talking about tarantulas right now, but I don't think they're aggressive either. I think, like, they need to be provoked to attack. That's my understanding, at least. Also, yeah, this money situation. Normally, it's like, okay, let's say, let's just do a different, like, round number for the sake of explaining my mistake here. Can't believe I've done this. Yeah, my mistake is that normally I take my number and I multiply that by 7. That's my profit. I'm always talking about profit, right? So if I spend 5 mil, I would get a profit of 35 mil, right? And then there would be 5 mil that would be what I spent that would go back, right? Hold on, did I do anything wrong? I'm confused. I'm confused. I guess... No, okay, no, now I'm more confused. I've confused myself more. They do the thing where they hold out their legs to warn you to stay away? Yeah, they're just like, yo, this is my place. Stay away. Yeah, I believe the thing about snakes, that snakes are just more aggressive than spiders. But yeah, dude, the spiders do the leg thing. It's like a, yo, stay back, stay away. Okay, what have I done wrong? I've done something wrong. Did I buy more than I thought I did? That would be a different problem. But yeah, normally I talk about like how much I'm making, and that would be like the times 7, right? So if I take the supposed total that I spent, by the way, which is 192k, that's one inventory, times 32 is 6.144000, right? 6.1 mil, essentially. We multiply that by 7, it's... Oh, I get it. I understand it now. Okay, I made a mistake when I did my math. Oops. So, if we take that number and we multiply it by 8, that's 49 mil. That's how much money we're working with the turnips. Now, obviously, I have made... obviously, yeah, the amount of money I made... Math mistake? Yeah, I just used the wrong number. I'm sorry. Please, it's been a long day. I'm very tired. I'm doing my best here. Yeah, okay, so it would have been 43 mil in profit. At least the mistake's in the right direction. Yes, I made sure to buy extra in case the mistake went in the wrong direction. So that I would be fine regardless. But also, maybe it's not a mistake. I don't think it's an actual mistake. It's just a misestimate. But I also think it's like absolutely fine and not going to be a problem. So yeah, I made 43 mil. Okay, that's how much I made in money from the turnips. That is direct profit, right? Now that's like, again, if you get a spike, the price is going to be 8 times the price you bought at. So when you sell at that price, you make the money back. And then you get 7 times in profit, right? Simple, easy math. Nobody could ever mix that up. So going off the 7 times mark, I said 43 mil plus whatever I started with, which would put me about like 985 mil, 984 maybe, whatever, right? But what I really need to do is do the times 8, which is not what I normally work with. No, I tried to take this into account, but for some reason I just didn't do it the right way. Because again, yeah, I'm selling all the turnips, and like, yes, I've made my profit from all the turnips at this point. But right now, the turnips I'm selling now are making back the money that I invested into them in the first place. So like, yes, I would be up 43 mil, and then there's like the 6 mil that I still need to sell. So it'll be 49 mil that we're putting in the bank. What if I buried something else in the shining spot? What if I dug it up and then I just closed the hole up? What if I did that? I'll do it. Anyway, so we're looking at like 989 mil then? Does that sound right? Because we're gonna go up like 49 mil. And I was at like 941 mil. So I guess 990 is where we're probably going to be around when we're done with the turnips. Although there's still also the turnips in the lost and found I have to deal with. And yeah, we're at like 987. So we have like, I don't know, 3 mil before we're done with the turnips, I think? Question mark? Big question mark? Oh, I don't have any money. I can't bury money. Oh no. I should have waited a little bit longer. I'm sorry. I'm trolling. How am I gonna celebrate once I max out the bells? I'm gonna go get myself a blizzard. Need some ice cream. We do a bit of trolling here, okay? I did exactly what you asked. You didn't specify that the tree had to stay there. I don't know. I don't know what kind of celebration there is at this point. Like I said, it's been a very long day. It hasn't hit me yet. I don't know. I kind of want to get a blizzard. Also, like, my throat is killing me from talking so much. Talking for like 2 hours straight is it's tough work sometimes, honestly. He works off of a genie wish's logic. Yeah, the monkey paw curls. Yeah, the monkey's paw. I don't think there's any monkeys in my town. I have a piece of cake or pie. I think a blizzard is just as celebratory as cake or pie. Also much easier to get. I cannot just get a piece of pie or cake. I mean, I could take a picture of my celebration. Okay. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know. There's not really like a good place that I could go at this hour to get a slice of cake or pie that I would want to eat. You can? You have a cake in your freezer? An entire cake? Alright, well somebody's prepared for any occasion. Somebody needs to celebrate at a moment's notice. So I think I have way more money than I need, by the way. You baked 2 at once one day during a manic baking spree. Wow. Lucky you got an extra one. Okay, my computer's at 1.1 gigs. It's telling me I have 18 minutes left. That's looking like I need to start doing things. But yeah, there's not really like I guess if I went to a restaurant, I could be like, yes, I'm gonna sit down, not eat. Give me dessert, please. Give me a slice of your best pie. I suppose I could do that, but I don't know. I'm not really a sit down at a restaurant and get dessert kind of guy. Not normal behavior for me. Okay, my stream thing says 1 gig. Having too much money, just Alex. Some people have too much cake. I have too much fake money. Problems are, you know, what unite us. I don't know where I'm going with this one. How do I clear space on my computer? Before we get to the point of being stuck, I don't want the thing dying. You don't think you've ever just ordered dessert from a place, but someday? I might have done it once. But I also don't know if I've done it once. Okay, what can I uninstall? I can uninstall this game. How big is this? Like 90 megabytes? Yeah, that'll help. That'll help. Maybe I don't want to uninstall my Dark Souls games. Cake and coffee would be a vibe. I have put coffee behind me for the time being. I got sick a while ago, and then I didn't drink coffee, and then I was like, hey, look at me, I'm caffeine free now, and then I remained caffeine free. But yeah, cake and coffee, it can be a good combo, depending on the cake and or coffee. What should I install? I can uninstall this, right? Is this like even a big game? Who knows? Nope, that one is also not very big. This is not going to become a family holiday. April 9th will not be a family holiday. Maybe it will be. But if I was to properly celebrate this holiday, I think it would have to involve eating turnips. Just saying. I don't think it would involve cake or pie. Unless you could make a turnip cake. But I also don't know if I want to know about a turnip cake. I don't think I want to know if that exists. That seems weird. Okay, we have 1.3 gigs now. That has bought us a slight amount of time. Definitely not enough, though. Day of celebrating with turnips, your children would hate this holiday? Okay, first of all, I have no children. Second of all, turnips are great. What are you talking about? I ate turnips as a kid. It's like a family thing. My family and turnips have a history or something. No joke. How do I clear space? I don't have space. This is a problem. All the games that I want to uninstall are like too big, and I don't want to like uninstall them. And then the other ones are too small. So that I'll do now. I guess I could. Lost Egg is 8 gigabytes? Are you kidding me? Why is it 8 gigs? This is when we find out you come from a long line of turnip farmers? No. No, I don't think they were turnip farmers. Why is Lost Egg 8 gigs though? That's ridiculous. I'm uninstalling Lost Egg. I'm sorry. I swear I'll install it again another day. Maybe he's a beet farmer? No. I'm not a big beet guy. Okay, I now have 9 gigs left. Good. There's absolutely no issue now. Just gotta wrap this up. And we are almost there. The end is in sight. We are up like 40 mil today. There's just the remaining 10 mil that needs to get put away. Also been like almost 2.5 hours. Yahoo! Yeah, I was hoping I'd be done selling turnips at like the 2-hour mark. Did not quite happen. 2.5? Yes. I think we have like 3 more trips to the store at this point. But I'm gonna grab all the turnips and drop them off at the store to save some time. Use a code to get more turnips? Yes, use my code at checkout to get extra turnips. Yeah, I don't know why I made that joke, but that's what I went with. Now, the only codes we use here are for the items that can legitimately not be obtained without using a code. Maybe one day, I do have some e-reader cards, so maybe one day once I get an e-reader, I'll like showcase those at some point, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. I need to get an e-reader first. And more cards, perhaps. That would also probably be a good idea. Okay, so we're gonna claim all these turnips from the lost and found. And... go from there. So yeah, it should be only 3 more trips to turnips. We should have like less than 10 mil to go into the bank, which is like 20 trips to the post office, which doesn't seem too bad. If we had to do 96 turnip trips, then 20 trips to the store. It's a little cherry on top, am I right? Did I ever screw with Booker by quickly running around and then stopping to take an item? Used to do that a lot. Yeah, I think I messed with them as a kid. I think I'd like make him run laps. I'd be like, I'll make him run around. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna switch directions now. You can run the other way, champ. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Also, he probably needed the exercise. So like, I think it was a win-win. It's fun for everyone involved. That's my headcanon. Can't change it. As a kid, you do that anytime you load up this game. Yeah, okay. Some things don't change. What am I doing? This is the strangest inventory drop. Okay, there we go. So yes, there was 9 turnips left over, which is just shy of 3 inventories left. I don't think I can hit the 1 bill before 9. I don't know. It might not happen. Not that it like particularly matters, I'd say, but for the point of getting a fortune from Katrina, I have 22 minutes. I'd have to do a trip a minute. I don't think I can quite get it. Also, can you imagine if I got like a fortune from Katrina right now and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you the bad luck fortune. Have fun tripping for the next 20 minutes. That would suck. How did fish get in the small pond? How? Who's putting them in there? They're clearly getting airdropped from the battle bus. They're trying to get their battle pass maxed out. Okay. I'm gonna quit the Fortnite joke while I'm ahead. Okay, one more, and then I'll never sell turnips again, hopefully, in this game. Yes, I'm gonna say in this game. Obviously, I will sell turnips again, but not in this game. Also, yes, they might just be in the pond flossing on us all. The orange goldfish is hitting the old orange justice. Orange goldfish? Okay, this joke sucks. Couldn't they show Nook or the bear with a truck dumping fish in there? The limitations of the console at the time did not allow them to show such things. A certain day and time of the month, like, alright, time for the restock. Maybe it's Wendell. Maybe Wendell puts them in the pond because he gets confused. So, that should be it for the turnips. Hooray. Still don't believe it. Alright, we have a little bit of cash up here. We can pick up, like, 1 more. Look at that, I know how to do math. Alright, let's deposit this, shall we? There you go, 991.2. Okay, I'm gonna do a crazy thing that's not that crazy. Do not worry. This is a safety measure. You know why? I'm hitting save and continue, that's right. I don't want to jinx myself. Okay, there you go, it's safe. I can jinx myself now. Imagine something crazy happens. And like the power surged or something. And then it was like, boom, say goodbye to all that. And then I had to do it again and there'd be no time to sell everything. Can you imagine? I'm locking that in. No chance. We're not having that happen. I get very paranoid about that sometimes. There's no autosave here, you know? So like, if it's gone, it's gone. And then I get lectured by Rossetti. So, not letting that happen. Okay, so 843. We've got all the turnips sold. We have to put 9 mil in the bank. I was intending to have like, I guess, 6 mil extra, which is like way more than necessary. But I think I'm gonna have more than that. Because again, I think I had 22 mil out, and assuming we put the 6 mil that we bought with in the bank as we, you know, bought things, you take 6 away from that, you have an amount of money. How much money? I don't know. 6 and 22. That's 16. Yeah. 16. So if we have like 16 mil, and I need 9 mil, you remove 9 mil from 16. I guess we're left with like what? 7? 7 mil? Question mark? Too tired to be doing math, I'm sorry. Also, I guess I should be doing this. It'll make my trip slightly more efficient. Don't want to do it, but makes sense. So right now I'm taking from the money that's further away from the store. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess I could just take any money. It's all got to get moved essentially at one point. So if it was like in the interest of time, maybe it would be better if I did other ones, but... We're getting there. This is happening. This is gonna happen. Definitely gonna happen. Anyway, yeah, I probably will, like, once I'm done, I'll kind of wrap up there. I don't know. I mean, it's already 2.5 hours. It'll be, like, closer to 3 at that point. And I probably won't have much else to say. Been all over the place today with the topics. I did talk about the turnip journey specifically, like a little bit into it. Honestly, I could have been done much earlier. You'll celebrate with pizza and cake. I want a blizzard. I definitely do not have the stomach space for pizza and cake at this hour. Also, it's like 9 o'clock at night. I've eaten dinner. Maybe I'll get a pizza flavor blizzard. Okay, see? See, that's a joke. That's super carb heavy. Blend it in. Yeah, see, I was gonna joke. Like, you gotta get the turnip blended in. Nice, smooth, chunky blizzard. Maybe I'll order myself a pizza tomorrow. Treat myself to it. Have a nice, easy dinner. After all this. Could be the move. Some sort of pizza pick. Raw turnip texture and ice cream just made me grimace. You know what? Speaking of grimace, we should dye it purple too. Huh? That's a pretty good idea, right? Purple grimace turnip blizzard? It writes itself. Exactly, it writes itself. I knew you'd understand. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty confident that I haven't messed up. I think we have so much extra money. Obviously, like 2.4 mil of this is going to pay off the debts for my other character. So whatever money is left over, which I don't really feel like figuring out today, but maybe, I don't know, will, you know, be split between that and cash. No, I don't really share, like, real-life pics on here. I'll take some picture. I'll take a picture of me looking at the screen here with my thumb up. It'll be the turn-off pic. I didn't even grab enough. Jeez. Me when I dropped the ball. Okay, all the money on the left hand side of the town is almost gone. It's just this acre, and then everything else is on the other side of the bridge. That's how you took a picture of your PS4 when you first got one, with a banana for scale, of course. I mean, the banana for scale, it's a classic agreed upon unit of relative measure. I don't know. Everyone knows how large a banana is. It varies. It's great. Yeah, you know. But it's a general idea. The idea of the size of a banana is in everyone's head. What about a plantain for scale instead? What about both? Okay, I know that might be crazy. Stay with me. What if we had a banana and a plantain? And the banana is like for scale of whatever you're taking a picture of, but then the plantain is for the scale of the banana. Think about it. Think about it. And a scale. Okay, wait a second. We can go further. We can do more here. Bathroom scale? Kitchen scale? Bathroom scale? Both, perhaps? Doctor's office scale that, like, you stand on and has, like, the sliders you move. Fish scale? What are we on about? How big's a fish scale? Can you even reasonably get that in a picture? I guess if it's a big fish, sure, but, like... Fish scales have a lot of variance. Oh, man. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Should I just take from, like, the close acre for the sake of getting this done? Yes. Okay, so there's 2 mil in this acre, I can tell you that. That'll put us at, like, almost 97, maybe. This feels like it's taking way too long. Can I not be done already, please? I was hoping this wouldn't be as long. I mean, this is faster than turnips, but still at this point it's like, come on, we're so close. Okay, come on, we're like 5 mil away. 5 mil away. This is some weird pseudo-efficiency. There we go, look at that. I didn't have to move my cursor to get the other bag. Woo! Is it faster? I don't know. I have to open and close the inventory. But effort-wise, it's easy. So it feels fast. Okay, we need like 5 mil to go, so I'm gonna just put that up top there. Ooh, so official, so fancy. Does my Twitch handle like have a space there, or like what's my Twitch name? Okay, no, there's no space. Good. Yeah, I was worried. Fancy Pants social media user here? No. I am not social media. I'm like really bad with social media, like from a streamer perspective. Also, I don't really engage with much social media anyway. I'm not one to post, which is a bit of a problem. But yeah, I did actually double check it, but thank you for confirming that there's no space. I figure this is a big moment, so my name should be on the screen. Seems appropriate, that's all I'm saying. Honestly, I previously made some like thing. I picked a random font. I'm like, oh, that font looks fine. Sure, let's use that. And then I just like made it way bigger. And then I was like, oh, I could add a shadow. That's a great idea. Let's do that. And I'm like, and it's like, oh, make it bigger. I'm like, okay, sure, that looks great. I just played around with it. I'm like, yeah, that looks good. Sure. It's not super well thought out. Don't you worry. Okay, I need 2 more bags. Just pop up here. Yeah, I guess I'll just go for whatever's closer. I mean, obviously I wouldn't be able to get all the close stuff and be done because it's like it's just very spread out. But I can pick up the other stuff tomorrow. I will pay off like one of my debts tomorrow with my second character, and then the next day I can do the 3rd one and the 4th one, and it'll all be done. Okay, 3.5 mil. We're getting so close. So close. So exciting. Turn up for turnip days are halted. It's okay. For the best, you know? If the museum's finished, what are the extra bones for? They're just complete fossils of certain dinosaurs. They really don't have a point, but I kept them and I hoard things, so I haven't got rid of them. We're making dino stock. Extra mammoth skulls? Delete your comment for me, channel. Not the mammoth skull. For reference, the mammoth skull was the last fossil that I had to get in New Horizons, and it took forever. Because it just didn't like me. And all my friends got mammoth skulls. Over and over again. It was not fun. Fun to think about. Now that it's over, but at the moment, I was very annoyed. Oh my gosh, I haven't even played Pokopia today. I gotta do my dailies. I completely forgot about that until now. I played every day since it came out. Oh, also, I wanted to talk about Pokopia, but I completely forgot because of all the excitement, and now I'm talking about it right at the end, which is ridiculous. But whatever. Anyway, gotta poke my opias. That's... Yep. You got it. Okay, so I complained about Pokopia on Sunday when I was buying turnips, talking about I really like the game. There's some good stuff in it, but one of the annoying aspects is related to like the Dream Islands specifically. Number one, that like the later Dream Islands don't seem to give you habitat hints as frequently as the earlier ones do, which is annoying because the later ones are more likely to have the items that you would need because the early ones don't have good items. Maybe it's to balance it, but it's also annoying because it's like whatever. Anyway, so that's one thing. But then also some of them have the legendary beasts. So I needed to get like Suicune and Entei, and then technically Raikou is like in my decks because he shows up in the story. But you can also find him on a Dream Island and then bring him back to and like have him move in. And I had not seen any, and like the game's been out for like a month now. I've been playing it just shy of a month because I had to get it a little late because stupid availability. Anyway, so on Monday I managed to get Suicune, and I was like, wow, that's so exciting. And then I got like a million other recipes, or no, I got a bunch of recipes, and I also got a bunch of like habitat info because it was from like the first Dream Island, and I got like 4 or 5 habitat hints from the one island. And then, also, like, Suicune, and, like, it was pretty cool. And then yesterday I got Entei. So I got 2 of them back to back, and I was like, I hadn't seen any of these at all for ages. And now they've given me both within 1 week, and I was worried that I had so much good luck in Pokopia that the turnip luck wouldn't end up happening. Sorry, I'm relating it to Animal Crossing. There was a point to me bringing that up, but I was getting very worried. But apparently I'm just having a very lucky week. Question here. Were any of the fish difficult for me to catch? Not referring to availability, but rather the act of fishing. Did I ever have any trouble with any of the fish? So, I'm playing on a wave bird. This is very important to this question. Also, wow, my throat. I can really feel my voice going right now. Yeah, so I'm playing on a wave bird, which does not have rumble functionality. Now, normally you'd think that this isn't a big deal because you could use the sounds of fish in this game to catch them, right? No. No, the fish in this game don't make any sound. So, like, if you're not playing with a, you know, wired controller, okay, it's 9 o'clock. Katrina's still here. Can I go in, though? I could, but I'm not going. Sorry, yeah, so if you're playing with a wired controller, when the fish bites, it'll rumble. And, like, I guess it rumbles with each bite, maybe? But with the wavebird, there's no rumble. I'm literally just going off of a visual indicator, which is challenging, to say the least. So yeah, at the beginning, I had trouble catching any fish. But eventually I got accustomed to it. So yeah, like when I was first playing, I would say that even like getting red snappers was actually a problem. Because also the reaction time in this game for fish is just way shorter than fish in any other Animal Crossing game, as far as I'm concerned. I think that's like factually a thing. But yeah, red snappers were tough at the beginning. It was very annoying. I was like, give me money, please. But then once I got used to it, it was fine. And like I had no problem getting like coelacanths. And they're really easy to get in this game if it's raining. So it honestly not too bad. There's not that many. There's some that have like really quick times, but looking back, I wouldn't say that there's too many that stuck out as being particularly challenging. But also, I think I'm just good at fishing in the game. Now you want to double check if your controllers have rumble? I mean, they should. Also, yes, I do yap if no one's here, but also I do it on my own time. I definitely yap more frequently when there's people here, so it does make a slight difference. Oops, I meant to grab one more. We're very close. We're like 2 more inventories after this. Crazy talk. Again, this is probably one of the more ridiculous challenges that I've done. I've platinumed, or like, you know, got all the achievements in many games. I'd say some of them are like difficult. Oh, this is 2 inventories. Like, there's definitely been a lot of difficult ones. But I think this is just like the most ridiculous, and the way that you have to go about doing it. And like the... You know, it's like, hey, I'm super exhausted today. Do I really want to spend 3 hours doing this? No, but like, that's what the game told me to do. Every Pokemon and Pokopia challenge? I've almost done that. That's nothing. That's easy talk. Although technically I do have like 95 hours of playtime. But still, that's easy talk. Easy. I'm at like 293. I have to like summon Ho-Oh. I have the bell to summon Ho-Oh, which will just put Ho-Oh in my decks. And then I have to like get a couple more, but like I can start going to like the low level islands and like get more hints probably, and then if that happens, then I should have like all the habitats, and then it's just a matter of waiting. So yeah, that's almost there. That's not like weird. It's not too bad. But here it's like, hey, dedicate your Sunday mornings and always be watching and plan your life around this like a freak. That's how it goes when you play in real time, you know? You can't control it, and you either like take risks and sometimes it doesn't pay off. Oof, we're so close. There was one day where I spent a lot and it was very busy, and then Tom Nook had a sale and it cut the amount of hours that I could actually sell, and I did not have enough time to sell, and it sucked, and that was annoying. But there was only like 2 days where I ran out of time, and one was not as bad. Okay, let's get this wrapped up. Let's see what Phyllis has to say to us, hey? And again, I will pay off the debts with the other characters starting tomorrow. I don't think that's super important to the stream here. Okay, that's like money. Let's grab some more money. That's probably more than enough money. Not quite 300. No, let's just grab whatever. Wait, no, that's definitely 300k. This is more than enough money. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't mind me. But yeah, this has definitely been one of the crazier things I've done, just because of the requirements for it. Not difficult at a technical level, although there is definitely finesse to doing it. It's difficult on a mental level. Anyway, let's get this done, shall we? Gonna just very slowly work the numbers up here. Yeah! There it is. It finally happened. What else do you want, Phyllis? You can't even acknowledge my wealth? She doesn't even care. Doesn't even care. Alright, Phyllis. Fine. Fine. I wanted a little bit of acknowledgement. Yeah, we had a pretty good showing here for the stream. I'm pretty happy with how that worked out. She's not paid enough to care about my vast wealth. Hey, if she cared, she could maybe get a little bit of the wealth. That's all I'm saying. Okay, wow, that was cool. Let's drop that. I guess we can do this. Guess we might as well take one of these. That there. Cool. That's exciting. Will there be a playable copy of Super Tortimer in my mailbox tomorrow? I sure hope so, honestly. I have an unplayable copy of it as is, but that's not quite the same. Oh, there's 10k here? Oh my gosh. I think I have to start getting rid of these. Don't hit me with the desk money, please. Not like this. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the red letter. I don't think we need red letters, because, like, they don't have years attached to them, which doesn't help. I'm just making sure my mailbox is absolutely clean, so that the letter can show up tomorrow. Now, as far as I understand, once you max out the bank account the next day, you will receive, the post office model in the mail. So we have that to look forward to tomorrow. Alright, so we have an empty mailbox. Everything's done. I guess I need to, like... Is there another one from Red here? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Give myself extra space to receive said letter tomorrow. Okay, wow. That was almost 3 hours. I was hoping it would be less time than this, to be honest. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I don't think I'll have any other 3-hour streams in this game at this point. Probably. Probably. Okay, wow, I can hear it in my voice a little bit. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but like I can hear it. My voice is like dying here. It'll never cost 3 hours again. It's true. It's very exciting. I even now it still hasn't hit me, you know. But I'm very happy. I'm very thankful that it played out this way. If you know, haven't even maxed on my bank account for 5 minutes, and somebody makes a Wild World joke, not like this, not like this. Oh man, it had to. Yeah, somebody had to. Somebody definitely had to. And City Folk and New Leaf. Except New Leaf isn't that bad. New Leaf that could be done in a fraction of the time. You only need like 100 mil tops. That's nothing. Rookie numbers. Anyway, I'm very happy this worked out. If I did not get the spike this week, I would be beside myself, honestly. Buying turnips on Sunday would devastate me. So I'm very happy that that is not the case here, and that we're saved, we're free. I wanted to be done in the first half of this year. I was kind of hoping for March, and it could have happened if I got a little bit luckier, but early April is still pretty darn good. I'm expecting, like, I'm currently, New Leaf would be fun. That is true. I do want to play New Leaf. It's up there. It's one of my favorites, so I would like to get to that. Currently, the plan is to be done streaming this on sale day this year, because I missed the sale day model, the market model last year, because I was a fool who streamed 6 hours in one day and forgot about that one important thing. Oopsie doopsie. But then at that point, I might as well just wait to like finish on the 2-year mark of starting. So I'm thinking like being done. I aim to be done December 10th this year. That is kind of the plan as it stands. I need a handful of items. I should review them now real quick, just for the sake of completion and thoroughness. So there's 6 shirts that I need right now. 2 of them are from Gracie. I have not seen Gracie in 2 months at this point, which sucks. The other 4 shirts are from Tom Nook. 3 are from 3 is from the summer season, which begins end of May, and then the last one is from fall. There are 3 handhelds. Those are pinwheels that are either obtained from the raffle on the 4th of July or from sale day in the lucky bags from Nooks. So those are those things. There's also 9 gyroids that I need. Doesn't really matter which ones they are, but there's 5 mega ones, 2 minis, a Sputnoid, and a Strumboid. How about that? For furniture, there's really not much. There's the 12 remaining station models and the 5 remaining flower models. The station models from Hometown Day, which is a randomly picked day per town in July, and the flower models, which are from Groundhog Day, which is in February. Unfortunately, you can't actually get repeats of those items with one character. Thankfully, I have made multiple other towns with enough characters to get all those items already, but I was going to try to get them with these characters in this town, but that is not possible. Tortimer does not give out items to you the second year, so that's just not happening. So there's 12 and 5, so that's 17 items there. There's also the market model, as I previously mentioned, which is obtained on sale day from talking to Tortimer at the Wishing Well. There's the post office model, which should be in my mailbox tomorrow. The Jingle Clock, which is the last item from Toy Day that I need. And then there's Lady Liberty, which is the last of 20 Gulliver items, which I've still not seen to this day. Congratulations, falling $1 short of my goal of 1 billion bells. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't actually let you put the last one in there. It's really sick how they do that, hey? But yeah, to talk about Gulliver real quick, I got the second last Gulliver item on January 12th this year. So 3 months ago almost. That being Tokyo Tower. I've got that item 2 more times since then. And I still have not got the Lady Liberty. It's just fitting, because if I get that, I'll be free of checking Gulliver. Which, you know, a little funny. It's a little funny, haha, eh? But yeah, so like, there you go. That's legit. I am in disbelief. I still don't believe that this has happened. My body, I'm gonna like wake up in a cold sweat on Sunday and be like, I'm late for turnips. I gotta go buy turnips. But yeah, that'll be fun. I think this week I'll just take it easy, try to get some numbers together, so I can better talk about what this is actually taken. Yeah, gonna wake up in a cold sweat on Sunday mumbling about turnips. Exactly. It's gonna happen. We all know it. And then I'll show up for the stream and be like, guys, I had a rough morning. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. Again, there's lots of money still, but I'm gonna move that as we go. But again, we're gonna pay off some debts with our characters and get the rest of the statues here. So of course my statues here will get a silver statue here, a bronze one here, and then like a jade one there. It's gonna be sweet. And again, that's just for the sake of completion and just having them all there. It's kind of fun. Totally not necessary, but at this point I have the money, I might as well do it, right? And then the rest of the money is just to like buy out Red to get him out of here quicker, buy the lucky bags, and just incidental purchases that I will not even need. I'm not even gonna use a fraction of it, let's be real. Probably have like, I don't know, 4 or 5 mil maybe. Oh, I meant to put my A shirt on for this. Dude. I meant to put the A shirt on. I literally thought about this the other day and then I didn't do it. A for Alex. It's like one of my favorite shirts. Just... Man. Okay. Here, look. Here's me with my A shirt. Making a deposit. Look at that. Whatever. The moment's gone. It's fine. I still can't believe it happened, but I'm very happy it happened. And thank you all for rewriting history in real time. That's right. I just did it. You have The Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Bros, right? You have both those NES games on here? No, I don't. You can't get them legitimately, so it doesn't count. And apparently there is a way that you can get them that's maybe like easier, but you're not supposed to be able to get to them. Also, like Ice Climber and Mario Bros don't count in the catalog, but I might have purchased one of the e-reader cards, so get off my case on that. Yeah, that'll maybe happen eventually, but the other one I think is pretty expensive. So you fell a few, and I'm not even at 100% though. I'm not done. It's not a race to get everything before I finish the turnips, because if that was the case, I'd just not buy turnips. There's an easy solution there. Oh, okay. I think I'll leave it there. So again, thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm glad that we had a nice turnout for the monumental stream that this is. Now, I'll buy turnips again next year, probably. Just in a different game. Please wait. I was gonna like hit some Nintendo line like, we hope you understand. A turnip out? Oh no. No. We're still working hard on delivering this game to you, so please be patient with us. One of those lines. I can't think of it right now. That'll be it. But yeah, I would be doing some like emotes or reactions in game, but I can't be doing that. So pretend I'm like doing my flourish in New Horizons and spinning in circles because I'm just spamming it. That's what I would like to be doing right now. Anyway, I'm officially a billionaire, which is crazy. Here we are. Great stuff. Constant cheering emote. That too. That could also go pretty hard. Where's the like the make it rain but make it turn up emote? Because can we get that going, please? Anyway, I'm going to save, lock this progress in again, and call it there. So yes, I will be on at my usual time tomorrow in the afternoon to I don't know. I'll figure out who's going to visit next, I guess. But yeah, our next visitor should be here on Sunday. If it was Gracie, that would be pretty sick. Imagine. But yeah, I mean, some of you have been here for a very long time. You've been a big part of the journey. I do appreciate that. Talking to you on Sundays when I've been buying turnips has definitely helped a lot in maintaining my sanity as much as I have. So again, I know you're just hanging out and watching the stream, but I do appreciate the company and chatting. because it really helps getting through such a monotonous task. So again, this isn't just my achievement, it's everyone else. It is kind of everyone's achievement though. Yeah, you kept what we could. We're all a little crazy here. And if you aren't, if you hang around here too long, you will be crazy by the end of it. That's kind of how it goes. So again, yes, this is a joint celebration, you know, like I don't know if it's as much about we couldn't do it without you, but it did contribute significantly to getting this done in the way I did. So again, thank you for showing up. Thank you for hanging out. It's been fun. I will still be streaming every day. Obviously, I got to work on the 100%, but obviously I'm going to be streaming at a much lower capacity in this game for the time being because there's just not that much going on every day. But again, I think in a few weeks maybe, or like in the near future, I will probably throw some other games in to stream because this will be a lot easier to manage, and then we can get some other fun things done. So yeah, again, thank you. This has been crazy. I know we're not quite done, but like this is definitely the hardest part of completing this game. So at this point, it's very chill and nothing is really time consuming, you know? Like, oh, check each day. That's fine, you know? If nothing's going on, it's like a 2-minute stream. Who cares? But if it's with turnips out of the picture, like, oh, I'm gonna have so much time back. Like on a spiked week right now, that's like 6 hours of time per week that I'm saving. If it was a bad week, maybe it's like 3 to 4 hours, but still, that's like 6 hours that I can put to other things. That's crazy. Anyway, I have been yapping for like 3 hours, so I'm gonna head out now. It is like 9:30. It's kind of late. I'm gonna go celebrate with a blizzard and get some rest, both mentally and physically, and also for the sake of my throat. I think that's probably what's most important. But yes, thank you all for hanging out. This has been really fun in a sick, twisted way, and I'll see you when I see you next. But yeah, I will be streaming still, but it'll be harder to catch me because most streams will probably be shorter, and I won't be here on long on Sundays. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks again. I'm a billionaire. I still don't believe it. It'll set in tomorrow maybe. But yeah, I'm out. Take care. Have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time it is, and I'll see you around. Bye.